What is going on, guys? What's going on? I hope everyone's having all right, my intro is still like going. I don't know. Oh. I'm an idiot. I have my All right, let's try to do this again. I had the stream up on something else. I'm like, why am I hearing my stream 2 times? I'm like, oh, that's why. Gotcha. So yes, it's been very quiet. Obviously we heard that David Ojabo tore his Achilles, which sucks. So it's a long road. It's a long road right now. To what Ajabo's going to be and if he's going to be able to come back by the depending on, there's really no teams are going to take him that early. So Fletcher Cox gets re-signed. Actually, it just happened just now. It's officially official on Eagles Twitter. Fletcher Cox was re-signed. And Boston Scott. Anthony Harris comes back on a 1-year deal. So, I mean, Boston Scott's contract was about $1.71 million fully guaranteed, which is great. And then Anthony Harris comes back on a 1-year deal as well. So, definitely busy. But it's that's really it. I mean, even bringing Anthony Harris back, I'm actually surprised we didn't bring Rodney McLeod back. Kind of surprised me just a little bit. I don't know. I thought there would have been a lot more than that. So I'm not really sure, but it's been kind of crazy. So really, nothing much else has really happened besides that. I mean, that's really it. I mean, Dante Jackson just re-signed with the Panthers. Juju Smith signed with Kansas City. Deshaun Watson signed his new deal with the Browns. I'm happy that's over with, done with. Obviously we're gonna watch, where Baker Mayfield, some of these other quarterbacks are gonna be going. That's it. I mean, it's pretty much, it's been a long road, and it's done. I mean, it's done now. So I don't know what else the Eagles have up their sleeve as of right now. I mean, Valdez-Scantling is still out there. Honey Badger's still out there as of right now. So see where they go. I don't know what the move is. You bring Anthony Harris back already, which is a good move. It's not a bad move at all. You know what I mean? Not a bad move. Yeah, the Cowboys have been more quiet than we have, obviously. I mean, they just been trying to re-sign players. They signed Dante. Would they sign Dante Fowler the other day? Fowler's got nothing in the tank. I mean, Fowler's been completely just ever since he left the Rams, went back to the Falcons, and he hasn't really been productive at all. Dante Fowler's been like nothing but nothing. They're better off of Randall Gregory, but obviously they couldn't hold on to him as of right now. So what's going on, Donnie? What's going on, man? I'm hoping they make a move soon, bro. That's what I'm hoping. Tiger says, are the Eagles going to get Matthew? That's what I'm hoping, bro. I'm hoping they make some type of other move. And look, even if it's a third wave of free agency, I'm hoping that there's something different that pops up here. And then look, the Eagles have a lot of draft capital right now, so I don't see why they wouldn't try to call somebody up for a trade. Like I said, Valdez-Scantling still up. Honey Badger's still up as of right now. Yo, Young Money, what's going on, man? Morning, friends. Mark Holmes here. Stay Cowboys suck this year. Shane says, morning, Joy. What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good morning. Clark says, not as quiet as them Cowgirls. Fletcher's back officially. Yes, Fletcher's back. Anthony Harris signs a 1-year deal. Boston Scott signs a 1-year deal. Marisley, what's going on? So I don't think we're making another move, bro. Ain't nobody out there but scraps and crumbs. I mean, it doesn't mean that there's nobody that they can get that's going to really play well for the Eagles. There's still some guys left that could play really well. Because at this point, it's like you just brought a veteran safety back. Okay. You brought another running back in that obviously Boston Scott should be more than just a running back. He should play some special teams next year. I think he should do a lot more. And you didn't get a receiver. You got Hassan Reddick, which was a big signing, which I think, when I look back at it, look at his press conference and kind of say to myself, you know what? I think with Hassan Reddick, I think he would have came here. He came here for less money. I don't think the Eagles the Eagles got a bargain for him because I think he wanted to play here. He didn't want to miss the opportunity to play here. I think when he was asked about other teams, paying him more money to go elsewhere, and he didn't really answer that, I honestly believe that he got offered a lot more money and didn't take it, but wanted to play in Philly. So, the Eagles, Howie Roseman had tried to go after Marcus Williams at safety. That didn't work out. So, I mean, as of right now, it's been really quiet. It's been quiet the past few days. Like, we've been hearing some things about signing Patrick Peterson, signing Xavier Rhodes at cornerback, going after, Valdez Scantling that the Eagles do. The last 24 hours, the Eagles have been interested in Valdez Scantling. Like, we've seen all of that, but nothing has really came out of it. You know what I mean? Pedrito, Joey, what's the word? No word, man. Reaper, what's going on, bro? Howie Vision Day 6. Chris Day said it perfectly. Howie Vision Day 6. Oh, Jamie, nice, man. Nice. Mayor says, do you think we take Ojabo if he falls in the... Dude, the second round is for an Achilles injury. That's too much, man. I mean, that's way too early for an Achilles. Like, he got hurt just now. Like, he literally just got hurt a day ago, and like the draft is next month. Like, you're not drafting him in the second round. Like, if it's down the road in the draft, sure, but Ojabo with an Achilles, like, that doesn't... It's not good. You know what I mean? Like, of course I would try to take a chance on him, but not early. Like, they have to hit on this draft. I mean, if you're gonna get pissed off if they get this guy in the second round. And like, this isn't a Landon Dickerson type pick. Like, Dickerson was hurt a long ways way before the draft happened. Okay. That's the difference. This is like, he just got an Achilles and you're gonna take him. I mean, you could. If they want to do the Sidney Jones experiment all over again, by all means, go ahead. But we did it once, and I don't even trust it for a second time. So I don't trust that move whatsoever. That's just me, though. Quinn says Fletcher Cox actually brought back Fletch. Joe says in the second and third tier free agency can turn out to be big. They are more successful than big name signings in the long run. That's why, like, I don't think like everyone wants the flashy names. What did we expect from free agency? And look, I know we expected probably a lot more than we were kind of looking for and hoping for right now. But the Eagles didn't have much cap space. Okay, they had cap to spend. They're trying to sign Marcus Williams on top of Hassan Reddick. They tried to sign Marcus Williams. They were close to that number. So Eagles are not just going to go out and waste money. You know what I mean? I mean, I get it, bro. I mean, I totally get it. We got Stewart Chat from Michael Felder. What's going on, man? Appreciate it very much. He says our next major moves will be trades during the draft. This is why we're in such a good position. Yeah, I mean, look, you have 15, 16, 19. With Ojabo out of play at defensive end now, what is your next target? What really makes me feel good about it is they went to Georgia's pro day to look at Nakobe Dean, Trevon Walker, Devontae White, Jordan Davis, some of these other guys, you know what I mean? Georgia, I mean, you're drafting a player from Georgia. Even Christian White, even Devontae White is going to be on a pre-draft visit for the Eagles, which is a really good sign. So as much as I think they need a defensive end, I honestly think they really need a defensive tackle right now, like badly, because look at it like this. Javon Hargrave's contract is up, in a couple years? Fletcher Cox, his contract is up after this year. So, like, I didn't expect this whole thing of cutting him and then bringing him back. I didn't think this was even going to happen. I think we were all in shock when it did happen. But as of right now, those are two needs already. So when Howie does that and now puts him on a 1-year deal, but obviously you're not paying him that, the $18 million isn't going towards the cap, so they were able to get out of that. $40 million in dead cap now turns into 12. You know what I mean? So he definitely helped the cap a lot for not just now, but for the future too. With this, this Fletcher Cox contract has been killing us, and obviously he has not been playing to be worth $18 million against the cap right now. So it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? You got to take as much as you can get. But I think, this draft is going to be you could rebuild your defense with this draft. I mean, you can literally look, I said, you got three first round picks, which one of them you're trading back, which I don't know what the Eagles are doing. I mean, if they take three guys in the first round, I'll be shocked. You know what I mean? I'll be shocked, but hopefully, everything changes. You know what I mean? Mr. Ito said, I like up. He took time to stream. I can't even. What happened? What happened? It's Saturday. Isn't it Saturday? It's Saturday today. It's got to be Saturday. Official Fletcher's back. Fletcher's back, guys. Pablo Castellano says we need someone to be on the other side of Slay, and that's another issue right now. I mean, they're looking at some older cornerbacks right now, and Xavier Rhodes, Patrick Peterson. Like I said, I love having a homegrown talent here, but I think what they're going to try to do is they're going to build this. They're going to really add. They're going to double dip on the defensive line in this draft. That's what they're going to do. And then, they might go after. They might sign a cornerback in Patrick Peterson or, like I said, Xavier Rhodes, because Xavier Rhodes had 1 year of really good play when Jonathan Gannon was the cornerback coach. After when Rhodes really came off that that big contract from the Vikings that he really didn't live up to at the time. So definitely something to look at. 1 year, $14 million for Cox, fully guaranteed. Bruce Roberts says everyone keeps talking about drafting Drake London or Trillon. Neither compare James Williams. He is worth the potential weight. I mean, I like Jameson Williams, and obviously coming off the injury, that's what everyone's kind of afraid of right now. But I am a Treylon Burks type guy from Arkansas, so I do like him, and I like Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. You know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of good first-round talent. And when you talk about receiver for the Eagles, if any of these guys are going to be available for us by 15, I think there's going to be a lot of guys available by those picks. You know what I mean? So I don't know if the Eagles don't touch on receiver as of right now. Like Scantling is still, like Valdez Scantling is still out there right now, but I mean, we'll see. Joe says Eagles brought back Cox 1 year, $14 million. Rice said, hey, what's up, Joey Six? What I missed? Really nothing much, man. We just started. We're just talking about pretty much the new moves. Thanks for the Cox info. Definitely, John, we should sign Jarvis Landry. Now, Jarvis Landry is already visiting a couple teams right now. If he wants more money, I wouldn't even touch it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in getting Jarvis Landry at all. Kiko Camille says Bruce Roberts for real. Jameis Winston is the best receiver in the draft in my mind. He looks really good though. Habib says, do you think Ojabo slips in the second round? I don't know. I mean, he's going to slip in the second, probably going to slip really far in this draft, man. He's probably going to slip really far. But if you want to take a chance and say, he'll be back by training camp? I mean, then yeah, great. But it's going to, he's never had that injury before, and how he's going to react to it and his body, and is he, and he's a very raw talent right now, and has a very high ceiling. So on top of that, plus the injury, it could take him a year and a half just to get back to his normal self. You know what I mean? But that's really up to them what they want to do. Verdict says, do you think Tyrann Mathieu is off table with Anthony Harris resign? No, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, if the Eagles know that they're not going after safety in this draft, I can see them going after Honey Badger. I mean, the Anthony Harris, I don't know what that contract was, but it had to have been dirt cheap, as well as the Boston Scott signing was $1.1 million guaranteed for the year. So obviously there was no interest. So is Kyle Hamilton an option? It could be. It just depends. What I said was they can draft Kyle Hamilton, or they can get a Brisker or a Kine in the second round, if that's the case, and pair them up with Anthony, a veteran safety that they have in Anthony Harris now coming back. Grant here said, Joey Six, I was watching Space Shuttle Columbia disaster video with Real Video Mayday, the air disaster. Do you remember that in 2003? I do not even know what that is. Joe says, Joey, what about receiver? No one is talking about. I like Jameson Crowder. Mayor said, I expected a safety edge and a wide receiver and linebacker, 4 solid moves that would use the draft to get star talent to fill in. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're doing right now. I think they're trying to get some. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to fill in first. and then go get their prime guys in the draft. I think they're doing the complete opposite as of how free agency is going right now. And I know it sounds weird, but they could be getting some fill-in guys. They got a starter in Hassan Reddick, but they're trying to get some fill-in guys on maybe the third wave of free agency, and then maybe get those prime big starters in the first, second rounds of this draft. So I don't really know, but we will see. We will see. Clark Roberts says third and fourth round Ojabo. It could happen. Could happen. Toby said the D tackle from Tennessee was picked pretty early despite an injury. He's out there dominating for the Titans now. Simmons, I think. Yeah, I know he had an injury as well. I mean, really, it's up to the Eagles what they want to do. If it's me, because of the Eagles' history with it, I'm just not a fan of it. But I really want Ojabo here, so it's really hard for me. But just hopefully they moving Cox back to end and draft anybody from Georgia. I hope they draft somebody from Georgia. That's all I really care about right now. But also, Ojabo was a late first round prospect, being with 20 to 30 range before his injury. Despite Joey, Philly 500's love affair with him. Now he drops late second to 50, 65 range. I don't know, dude. I think he would have been a top 10 this year. I really do. There's a lot of teams that were thinking really high of him. I don't know. I'd be shocked if he was supposed to be a late first, or even a 50 to 65 range. That's kind of crazy. I doubt he would have dropped that much. That's a big drop right there. Big drop. George Burwell, appreciate the super chat, my friend. He says, what's going on, Joey? I feel like they don't make a move for Honey Badger or a corner. They could take 3 guys in the first. I think next year's draft could trade 23 first and second to move up in 23. I mean, they could. I mean, I'd be shocked if they use 3 first round picks. If they draft 3 guys in the first round, I mean, that would be, I'd be like, wow, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? So if they do that, then wow, they could get they can get a lot of good players. They can get 4 starters. If you keep that 3rd first round pick, they can get 4 starters in here with your 3 first rounders and that 1 second rounder that you have. Yeah, they can go crazy in this draft. I mean, maybe that's the plan. I don't know. I have no idea. We're not close. I mean, we're getting close to the draft, but until we see a trade or something go down, I'm going to still think that maybe they're trying to, at this point, maybe they are trying to just stay where they are right now and trade back one of those picks, because you got to think about the quarterback position and obviously where they're going with, Jalen Hurts. And if he doesn't work out and doesn't pan out for us, you have those extra picks for 2023. So appreciate the super chat, man. Nate says we can get a strong safety in later rounds in the draft. Name of Mike Cross. I don't know. I don't really know that much deep into the safeties. I only know a couple guys in the second round. I went really into the second round. That's really all I know right now. Joe said Burks has something that Rager doesn't, and that's set of hands kind of important for a wide receiver. I think all these receivers are better than unfortunately, Jalen Rager at this point. So, Ryan Rowe, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day, bro. Jazz Fuse says Simmons out of Mississippi State. Guy just says they're my dude. Bird Gang 31. Where's Bird Gang? Roland said, what about Kyle Hamilton? I would love Kyle Hamilton. I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. You know what I mean? Like, Marcus Epps shouldn't be starting. He should be a third safety in rotation if that's the case, or whatever they're doing with him. I'd take Ojabo in the second. That's going to be a hard one for me to take, dude. Ashford says, Joey, are you happy the Watson drama? Dude, I'm so happy it's over, man. What was he get? 5 years, $230 million. So a couple draft picks here and there, a couple first rounders, a couple mid rounders. So, I mean, Browns gave up a lot, but I'm just glad it's over with. You know what I mean? I think everyone's glad it's over with as of right now. CH is not sure if Stanley Falls would be great, though. Yeah, I'm actually wondering to see, I don't know if LSU had their pro day yet, but I'm actually excited to see his testing to see, because obviously he wasn't at the combine. So we'll see. Damian Return says Deshaun Elliott and Zach Pascal, please, and thank you, Howie. We'll see. Mercy, did y'all know Trent McDuffie can play cornerback and safety, also can play inside cornerback and outside? So Trent McDuffie, from what I've seen so far from him, I don't know if he's going to be that man-to-man cornerback. I know I think he's the best cornerback when it comes to tackling and getting off blocks, the best zone coverage corner in this draft, and probably could play safety. I don't doubt it. You know what I mean? If they want to move him around, that'd be great. But is he a first-round talent, though? at cornerback, or is he an early second? Trevor Ford said the Eagles have shot their load. Any other signings will happen after the draft. I think like if they're looking at I think what's going to happen is they're going to look at cornerback after the draft, kind of like a late Steven Nelson signing they did last year. I think they will sign a Patrick Peterson or an Xavier Rhodes. I have a feeling they're going in that direction at cornerback this year and really increase that pass rush. They have another vet, that's been in the league for a long time, whether it's, like I said, Rhodes or Peterson. At cornerback and kind of work from there. Gio says we have to all get skilled players this draft because next season going to be all linemen. No, I'm fine with that, man. I'm fine with that. Totally fine with that. I have no problem with that at all. Charles said, how come we haven't looked at Jadeveon Clowney? We could do a 1 year, $8 million. I mean, I think the Browns offered another contract towards Jadeveon Clowney. I think it was like two years, like I thought it was like 10 million or like 12 million or something like that. I don't know. I mean, definitely. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney would be a good rotational piece. So, I mean, yeah, that would be great. Daniil Hunter, I guess. I don't know if he's staying with the Vikings, but it looks like they're kind of paying. I guess they're getting no bites on Daniil Hunter because he's too expensive to acquire. So with his money, so looks like the Vikings are going to be paying some of his cap. So we'll see. Ojabo and Thibodeau look like 3-4 outside linebackers to me. Thibodeau is going to be a top 6 this year. Thibodeau is definitely going to be a top 6 pick this year, definitely. So it'd be hard to get our hands on Thibodeau. He'll be a top 10 pick this year. Ryan says, right, I do not see them doing 3 first rounds. Just think it'll be a cap problem eventually, too. Yeah, I mean, 3 first. If you draft 3 guys and they all work out, that's the issue about the draft. It's a huge issue now because you draft 3 guys in the first round, they get paid a lot of money. You know what I mean? So maybe the Eagles are doing that. Maybe the Eagles aren't signing anybody right now because, they plan on paying a third first round pick, which would be kind of crazy. So, Trevor, when the team starts re-signing role players that usually an indicator, I predict we may sign a cornerback or receiver in free agency and draft the big boys. Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know if they sign Harris back, they sign Boston Scott back. I mean, they're trying to keep, Greg Ward's coming back on a 1 year deal. So they're signing some guys that are familiar to the offense and the defense as of right now. So I don't know I don't know. I mean, I don't see really any big names. I think they tried with Marcus Williams. They were close to that number. They couldn't get it. You know what I mean? So it's, I don't think much is going to go on. Like, we're not really looking for big names right now. No big names right now. So Rod says, with the Watson trade, do a QB go now? The Texans being some of the corners will slide. I mean, they could. I mean, from what it looks like, they're going to be building around that Davis guy, whatever his name is. It said that they're going to be building around him. So I don't know if they're going to draft a quarterback or not. The one quarterback I can see go before anybody else is probably Malik Willis. Probably. That's probably the one quarterback that's going to go before anybody else. Maybe. Isaiah Stretch said, if we get OBJ, we'll be better offense. So OBJ has not signed with the Rams yet. So, I mean, he's on the table right now, but does he want to come here? I mean, he really likes being with the Rams. Allen Robinson signs a 3-year contract, $30 million guaranteed with the Rams as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the case is with it. Is there enough room for him? I know Robert Woods is up for trade right now, but he's coming off an ACL. So what teams are really going to hit on him too much? Bryce, official Fletch signs 1 year deal with Eagles. We did see that. Of the world, the Eagles, Fletcher, couple terms, 1 year, $14 million. Sonny Bucket says, what are the good quarterbacks in next year's draft? I don't think Bryce Young is special at all. And next year, I don't know. That Casey Williams, I think his name is. There's another. I think he's another quarterback that's going to be really good next year. I forgot if that was his name or not. Jess, I have interest in Pascal Rhodes when the price is right. Habib says Texans should draft Malik Willis, and they probably should, to be honest. They should actually trade back than really draft there. You know what I mean? It is. It's like that, bro. Doe Gangster, reports came out saying Eagles are going to be a lot more active in the next wave of free agents and that they're busy fixing the Cox situation. This is a form of Mike Garofalo, so I don't know. I mean, if it's Mike Garofalo, then it definitely is true. If it's Mike Garofalo, definitely. I did see that they're going to be more active in the third wave, so which is going to be good. The third wave could definitely be getting Valdez Scantling. I could definitely see that. Honey Badger, I don't know where he's going to go. I know he's on vacation right now from what it looked like. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Also, Java has only 13 games under his belt. College scouts are concerned with the lack of experience in football IQ despite his great season last year, but he is viewed as a very raw player. And well, he is a very raw player, but he's got a very high ceiling. So Samuel said the Eagles did something just now. Let's see. Kigo Carmichael says, "Hey Joey, would you rather go out and get a veteran linebacker than Bobby Wagner if possible, or do you think we go youth with a Dean or Lloyd?" I would like to go youth right now. I mean, you get Bobby Wagner here, then yeah, you have a mentoring type guy that can mentor some of these younger guys, and they'll kind of be that rock for linebacker on a short period of time. But if you get Devin Lloyd and Kobe Dean, something like that, yeah, you're in the mix to really have a thumper complementary to TJ Edwards and his skill set, because TJ Edwards is very solid. So Marisley said, I don't think it's a bust wide receiver in this draft. I hope we cut JJ or put him on the practice squad. I think if they sign a receiver or draft one right now, I think he's out the door. There's like no room. They brought Greg Ward back. So I think if they sign another receiver, I think that really puts JJ out the door as of right now. So it'd make no sense to really keep him on the roster because Greg Ward's going to make the roster. Okay. And, Jalen Reagor is definitely has lesser percentage of getting cut off this team because he is a first round pick. So I think JJ is definitely the odd man out. So he could be on practice squad or even off the entire team in general. J.J. Davis, Devin Lloyd, Jordan Davis, Trevor panning out to be our selections, O-line, D-line. We all know Eagles love. Oh, the trenches is what the Eagles definitely love. If they go Trevon Walker, I mean, because I loved his testing. I only take that to a certain degree, but Trevon Walker seems like a really good pick. I mean, I wouldn't even mind Jermaine Johnson. Karlaftis is probably where I kind of cut it off, right? Where Karlaftis is going to be. Probably going to cut it off right there, most likely. So Fletcher Cox is back. So an Achilles injury for David Ojabo. So it's been tough the past couple days. Jimmy returns to Slate contract, just got reworked, opening $12 more million of cap space. Howie's up to something. Is that right? I'm trying to see here. There it is. There it is. The Eagles have converted $14.8 million of Pro Bowl Kadarius Slay salary into a signing bonus, creating $11.9 in 2022 cap space. Boy, oh boy, what is going on? That's a good sign right there. That's a really good sign right there. Slay just got, well, that's not bad. Wow, okay. What are they doing? What are they doing? Joey, I bet you 500 still wants David Ojabo. Oh, of course. I mean, right now, as of right now, probably not as much. I mean, probably not as much. But if you're glad Boston Scott is back, we are best wait until half the damn season. Well, not even half the season, and that didn't even use him in the Tampa Bay game. So here it is. Okay, so here it is for everybody. So just if anyone's new in here right now, the Eagles have converted. This is from Field Yates. The Eagles have converted $14.88 million of Pro Bowl cornerback Darius Slay's salary into signing bonus, creating $11.9 million in 2022 cap space per source. So that's crazy. $11.9 million freed up. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, I mean, I'm so glad that these players actually agree to these restructures, which is great. I mean, it gives these guys more money at the end of the day with more of a bonus. So that's a good thing. But $11.9 million. That's crazy. Almost $12 million. They almost free up $12 million right there. What are the Eagles going to do with that money? I feel like I said, I bet Howie gets going after DK. I hope. That's what I mean. Look, that's been like the one like dream trade I've always wanted as of right now. So, I mean, if they're freeing up that much money, it's not for an aging quarterback and cornerback in It's not for Xavier Rhodes. It's not for Patrick Peterson. This is for definitely something. Gilmore, maybe. I mean, that's because he will definitely be one of the most expensive free agent cornerbacks, even for his age as well. So that's going to be interesting. No, it's not for a quarterback, bro. I doubt it. I mean, I think we're kind of out of the whole thing. Like, I'm not even worried about talking about quarterbacks anymore. I think the rumors did come out that they put out a bid for Deshaun Watson, and that was probably a while ago. So do we think it's for anything but draft picks, or are we just being optimistic? After the Cox sign, we had $2 million in cap space. I don't know how much cap we had. I really don't know. Freeing up money to pay Howie's salary. I was unfortunate. All that left is some 28, 32-year-old farts that's looking for the big money. Could be Honey Badger. I can agree with that, probably. Okay, so Howie's old assistant and his new GM for the Browns. Baker, come on down. Evan says, if we get DK or Honey Badger, I'm going to scream. Dude, I'm going to freak out, man. Van Jefferson looks intriguing. A fifth Dillard and Rager for Van Jefferson. That'd be interesting, too. I don't think they're getting rid of him, though. I mean, they're getting rid of Robert Woods right now, so I don't know. Joe says, route running is something that can be learned. Being a natural at catching the ball is not. I'm willing to teach, coach a wide receiver up on technique and let his natural ability shine. Freak says, y'all drafted Carson Wentz and Jay Eagles are trash, bro. Donate said, Joey, would it be smart if we put J-Jaw to tight end instead of wide receiver? I mean, probably. He probably played better at that position, but it's not really saying much. So, Paul said Eagles had about $7 million before the Fletcher and Slaves new deals, so should be about $20 million, give or take. Which isn't bad. So that's probably enough for a good splash. Oh yeah, RIP to John Clayton. By the way, man, he passed away the other day, and I definitely used to watch him a lot. Unfortunately, that's what happened. Flash House says Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis. That would be crazy. Yeah, no, that would be great. Like I honestly think they're gonna be getting Fletcher Cox's replacement in this draft. There's no doubt about it. I think that's what's gonna happen. D-Train says, let's be honest, the Eagles went from leading the free agency pack with getting Reddick, and now Howie has looked like the Eagles had the most assets and are getting crushed in free agency. The Eagles didn't have much cap space to begin with. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not just going to, like, other teams are just signing players left and right, or just trying to put in bids for other players. But Howie Roseman is definitely up to something, and I think he's been quiet for this long. Obviously re-signing your own guys, depending on who they are. I think Anthony Harris coming back was good. I think Boston Scott coming back was definitely good for the backfield. So, I mean, they're not bad. Fletcher Cox coming back, like, it was going to happen. This wasn't a farewell to Fletcher Cox, but obviously this is, the end of Fletcher Cox after 2022. That's what I'm seeing right now. It's really sad for Ojala too, brand new bear. Definitely sad. Definitely really sad. So, we have a 370 in the chat. Much appreciate everyone's in here. You guys haven't subscribe to the channel. For some reason yesterday, definitely check if you are subscribed, because sometimes sometimes YouTube takes subscribers off. It's happened to a lot of content creators. Like, sometimes the YouTube will take subscribers off. There's some people that say, "Oh, I'm not subscribed." It happens. So just make sure you are subscribed to the channel. If you're not, hit the bell if you guys haven't. This way, with the live streams and videos do come out. We'll have a couple videos out today after the stream. We're going to stream for a few hours, so we'll be here for a bit. Like the stream if you guys haven't either. Let's try to get the stream to 100 likes if we can. Much love to everybody that joined the stream today. We're now the Eagles have freed up money. From what it looks like, the Eagles have freed up $11.9 million. They restructured Darius Slay. So into the 2022 cap. So this should be really interesting. Really interesting. Don't know what they're doing. Don't know why they're freeing up that much money, but it should be interesting to see what they're doing here. I don't know. It's very interesting what they're doing. Like I said, there's still guys with upside positions we need out there. Howie will get a couple. Philly Big Dog 68. Do you think the Eagles could get Dante Jackson? Well, Dante Jackson and Austin Hooper just signed. Austin Hooper just signed with the Titans yesterday, and Dante Jackson just re-signed with the Panthers. So both gone. Unfortunately. Where you hiding? What's going on, man? This is Where You Hiding, Shakes. Good morning, dude. Good morning to you too, man. Denzel says, "Who do you think the Honey Badger is? Too old. He will be 30 next season." I mean, it doesn't matter, dude. Like safeties could play over 30 years old, even good safeties. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like the shelf life for safeties are definitely a lot longer than other positions, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But like I said, I would love a homegrown talent here and someone drafted here as well. Eagles need another defensive end, defensive tackle for the rotation. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking they're going to be doing. I don't know if this money freed up is for another edge rusher or maybe a defensive tackle. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So, Young Money says, no, is Mark Holmes taking the scripts? Edward says, we're getting crushed. What has happened outside of the try-hard AFC West done? Our division rivals haven't done crap except signing Tyrod Taylor, Carson Wentz. I mean, even the Cowboys signed that edge rusher the other day. He's like washed as hell. I forgot his name. Talked about him earlier today. Ron Yancey says, since Ojabo tore his Achilles, where do you think he'll fall in the draft? How long do you think he'll be out for? I mean, he'll probably be able to make it to training camp. Maybe. I don't know. But as of right now, I don't know if you're going to take him in the second round. Like some people are like, oh, let's take him in the second round. I'm like, dude, this is such an important draft. And if you're already trading back one of your first round picks, you cannot take a chance on Ojabo in the second round. I wouldn't do it. That's just me. Julio Jones, I doubt it. I don't even think he's going to be that expensive, bro. As much as I think it is. Let me says, go get DK if you play on drafting a wide receiver. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. You make that trade, you give him a big deal right now. Boom, give him a nice extension. Give him a big contract right now. Or wait, or just say, hey, we're whatever. I don't even care. Just get him. Hicks signed with the Vikings, by the way. He's with the Vikings. He signed a while ago. I mean, Deshaun Elliott and Dante Jackson still out there. Dante Jackson's not, I don't think. Mercedes Rager and J.J. Dillard for T. Higgins. I don't think they're going to get rid of T. Higgins. I doubt it. Cecil Burst says, thoughts on Cordell Patterson. I like Cordell Patterson. He could play special teams. He plays wide receiver. He could play running. I mean, he could run with. He's actually could play running back and wide receiver. But I think they're going to try and. I think the Falcons are going to re-sign him. I don't know if he is re-signed already. I'm not sure. So, Evan says Dante Jackson got signed. Oscar says Vikings. Daniel Hunter has an $18 million roster bonus due today. Yeah, that's what I saw. I think the Vikings are paying that as of right now for Daniel Hunter. So, D-Train, dude, we had way more cap space than all these teams handing out big contracts for all these star players. Well, that's not true at all. I mean, there's other teams that had a lot more cap space than we did. But there are teams that are spending money that don't have it, but knowing they're going to be under the cap and will have to make room. So that's why, too. Like, that's why the Eagles haven't, you can still pay guys even if you're under the cap. You know what I mean? You can still pay guys if you're under the cap, but you're going to have to free up that money to pay these guys. That's the whole thing about it. So Bob says they're filling up the money for the draft picks. I mean, they could. I mean, that could be something. We got super chat from Morgan Holmes. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, bro, if it's for DK, oh my God, Howie the Wizard of OZ money, Honey Badger, if he pulls off DK Smith Quez, that would make Hurts elevate. I hope it would, man. It would really give Hurts no excuse to get the ball to some of these guys. To get a big receiver like DK Metcalf, the only thing I think I worry about DK Metcalf is him just getting pissed off that he's not getting the football, but because he was so mad at Russell Wilson, this offense last year when he was barely getting targeted, when really they had no run game with Rashard Penny and some of the other guys they had. So I'm hoping that works out, and I hope they trade for him. Regulars Ron says, what positions do you think they should address in the draft order? I mean, they should go defensive end, defensive tackle, and linebacker. I mean, that's what I would do. T-Op says, between Georgia and Alabama, the Eagles will fill the voids. Dude, I'm telling you, like, I'm looking at Georgia hard right now. Pause. I'm looking at Georgia right now. And between Trevon Walker, Nakobe Dean, Christian Wyatt, Jordan Davis, I mean, they are stacked with really good talent. They really have to draft one of those guys. They really do. Remo says Julio would be great if it's not a long-term deal and they can get a reasonable contract. Tanner the Great said, I want Julio to be go to the Packers. Okay. He might. It could happen. Jose says, love Fletcher, but he'll be 32 this year. How many years do you really think he has left? Well, obviously the Eagles don't think he has much left because they have him on a one-year deal right now. James Washington was fourth wide receiver for the Steelers, so not a stud. Eagles Lance says James Washington is not a beast. He was average last year. He has a CDs dropsies. Bear Slate says Howie is getting more money. I wonder what teams he is in talks with the trade. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So the news is right now, if anyone's new coming in here, from Field Yates, is that the Eagles have converted $14.8 million of Pro Bowl cornerback Darius Slay's salary into signing bonus, creating $11.9 million in 2022 cap space. So Howie Roseman freeing up $11 million as of right now. What are the Eagles doing? What other move are they making? Something is cooking right now. Something is cooking. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. So this is going to be really interesting. Really, really interesting. So something, Kirk, let's see, trusted source confirmed a conversation between Howie and Andy Reid about the honey badger is real. Howie has some character concerns, but may pull the trigger. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I don't know. This is going to be really interesting who they're getting here. Wilcow says, so is McLeod out? So far from what I've been seeing right now is McLeod is definitely out. And I'm kind of shocked. I'm actually kind of surprised the Eagles went Anthony Harris over Rodney McLeod. Since Rodney McLeod's been here since 2016 and won a Super Bowl with us, like, I'm kind of shocked, to be honest, that McLeod is not. Maybe they're going to try to bring both guys back. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe McLeod is coming back, but he hasn't been signed yet. I'm not really sure. Morgan Holmes with Super Chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, just draft entire Georgia defense, problem solved. I would be totally fine with that. You already got Christian Wyatt. I don't know why I call him Christian Wyatt. Devontae Wyatt comes back on a pre-draft visit, which is a really good sign right now. So I'm actually really excited for that. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. I say it says you don't have any Alabama defensive players in the draft. They all come back, only wide receivers and running backs. Emmy says, who would you want to spend on Slay restructure money on? Trade for a wide receiver 2 or a new corner safety? I would really get another receiver right now. I would get a receiver right now. On a cornerback, if it's Stephon Gilmore would be the only guy I really consider, but I doubt that's going to be the move. Regardless. And, if it's Honey Badger, between wide receiver 2 and Honey Badger, it just depends. But I think Honey Badger would be a really good signing if that's the case, if that's what they're freeing money for. So, but you really have to sell to these players, because this defense has a lot of holes right now. So you really have to sell it. Under Wade DT's linebacker safeties, wide receiver running backs, give me a break, Howie. Brand New Bear says, what are they doing with all this space? Come on, Howie. I have no idea. And if Troy Singleton says get DK, I'd be totally fine with that, man. That's the dream trade I've wanted. Evan says, Avante and slot corner, Joseph, that's where he thrives. And Richard says, been saying for days something's cooking, though. I think something has been, dude. Mero says, Anthony Harris coming back. Yep. They going for DK, bro. I hope so. Like, really bad. I really hope so. So I don't know what they're doing. So the dead money that was created by the Reese with him remains. Sign him doesn't affect that. What if they ended up getting? I don't know. Actually, I don't want to say that. That's gonna sound stupid, but yeah. Let me wait on that. So I don't know if that's even gonna be good or not. Yeah. David Ojabo tore his Achilles, which really sucks. Corey said, realistically, if we trade back one of our first, what could we get? A 22 second and 23rd first. That's what I'm hoping to get. I'm hoping to get a second round pick this year and another second round pick next year on top of switching a first round pick. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to get 2 second round picks out of it for 22 and 23. That'd be perfect for us. Corey Terry, am I the only one that's still upset over we moved Fulgham to practice squad and dropped him over JJ Umbrella Man? I'm still upset about it. And really, because of those stupid preseason games, we all know that that Travis Fulgham ended up fumbling the ball in the end zone. And I think, after JJ in that last preseason game, having 40 plus yards plus a touchdown, that was just ridiculous. So I wanted McLeod to stay. I'm surprised they didn't bring him. I'm surprised they picked Anthony Harris over him. I'm actually kind of surprised. Ron Yates says, love these early streams Joey have you around, makes all this so much more fun, man. I appreciate it, Rylan. Definitely. It's Saturday. You know what I mean? Like, should be a time to, it's getting warmer outside and everyone should be hanging out and stuff. So it's just exciting, man. Like, free agency is always exciting. What Howie's going to do is always exciting. You never know what's going to happen. Howie Roseman does not show his hand. That's what I like about Howie Roseman a lot, is he never shows his hand. He doesn't make things obvious. It's always a mystery, which is always something interesting. KOLC said, give Julio Jones 2 years, Valdez scaling $5 million. I don't know what Scaldez is going to get, but we'll see. Christine says, get Matthews. He says, Donnie Jackson went back to the Panthers. Yeah, he went back to the Panthers. He already re-signed back, so it's unfortunate. Mike said, McLeod is an Eagles for life, son. Fred said, Harris was invisible for a lot of I don't know, man. Like, I felt like he was invisible. I felt like he didn't really flash to me, but at the same time, like, he made some really good tackles this year. You know what I mean? He made some good stops this year, but was it anything that was like spectacular? No. You know what I mean? So hopefully with more of a better, good defense built around, maybe will help him a little bit more on his skill set, because between the defensive line not getting any pressure, these corners are doing pretty much all the work. The secondary is pretty much doing everything, and then we have no linebackers on top of it. So it really, it hurts. Terrell Unman, I think, is available as of right now, man. And he has really good upside, like really good upside. Like, I would give him a shot. I would give him the shot, see if he's better than Marcus Epps, and see what the Eagles could do in coaching him. Fred says, I'm glad we didn't get Watson. There was a radio show that host was ready to give up 3 first, Devonta Smith and Mulata. Yeah, right. Hydra says, Anthony Harris and Honey Badger would actually be a really good safety group. Need cornerback too, though. Yeah, we still need cornerback too, regardless. D-Man says, so what do you think of Kevon Wallace's future with us? I don't – nothing. Nothing, to be honest. Like, he has tried to do as much as he possibly can. Like, my God. He was supposed to be one of the best draft picks we've had. I mean, I know he was, a 3rd, 4th round pick, whatever he was. But I was actually really excited for him. And, yeah, he's been hurt, and he's been pumping himself to be something more than what he's not. So that's been a big question. Drew says, to draft the whole Georgia defense, you'd have to trade for more than 3 first-round picks. Burrow says, anyone know how much Cox getting? It's a 1-year contract, 14-15 fully guaranteed. That's what it is. Mark said, what up, Shakes? What have I missed? Well, it looks like, as of right now, that the Eagles have converted $14.88 million of Pro Bowl cornerback Darius Slay's salary into a signing bonus, creating $11.9 in 2022 cap space. They freed up almost $12 million. Okay. What they're doing with this money, I have no idea. Curtis says Howie is the GOAT when it comes to making a cap room. That's definite. I can't complain about Howie Roseman and his trades, his moving money around. It's always good. Lucio, what's going on, man? He says, y'all have a huge draft coming. Howie has to get it right, or else, yeah, it's going to be embarrassing if he doesn't get it. And easily he could screw this up. But to screw up 2 first-round picks in the top 20, you really can't mess it up. 3 first-round picks, I should say, because that's what we technically have right now. You are correct, EHL, with Evers and Griffin, and not D. Hunter, who I mixed up. Thanks for the catch. Mark Howell says, how much would you trust Jarvis Landry have been banged up? I don't want Jarvis Landry. I've never been – if this was like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. But now it's like I don't even care about Jarvis Landry. I really don't. I'm not into Jarvis Landry like whatsoever at all. Not even close to it. I'm probably the only Eagle in here that's been a lifelong NBA fan, and I didn't want neither safeties back. Edmund says at least the Colts fans, they have the most cap in the NFL, and they only got Yannick this whole free agency. I mean, that's it. They have over $70 million in cap space, so that's what they started out and haven't done anything. Edmund we should trade into the top 10 and get Gardner or Stingley. That would be good. I'm actually kind of shocked to see. I'm kind of surprised to see where Stingley is going to be, where he's going to be in this draft, of how many teams are going to take a chance on him. So we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. Some people are saying on Twitter, some people are saying that's going to be either Honey Badger or DK. I don't know. So we'll see. Nothing else really looking. There's really nothing else going on. I mean, that's huge right there. That's some good news right there. But what is I don't know what they're gonna do. That's really interesting. Right, says Robert Woods is the move. Robert Woods, you think so? I mean, look, Woods has been one of them. Robert Woods has been, in my opinion, has been one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL for his whole career. Robert Woods could do everything on the field. And I don't know, like, you're trading for a guy like him that's coming off an ACL. It's like I don't like signings like that. It makes me really nervous to see if coming off an ACL, it really makes me nervous on some of these guys that come off injury. So, I mean, it could be Robert Woods. It could be, but things could change. Things could change. Ramos says DK Metcalf could provide enough consistency in spacing zone coverage. All will contribute from a different screen to executing the right blitzing and a great slant route pressures and energy. Sean Carrera says Howie is making room for Peterson. Believe he's thinking he contenders now. Hurts and Kaepernick fighting for job. Philly would love it. You can get Patrick Peterson at this point. I don't know. Jose Serrano says, who is the player in the 22 draft that can make an impact for us on defense the way Parsons did for Dallas? I mean, Nakobe Dean. I mean, you could use Nakobe Dean. I mean, Devin Lloyd could be that. I mean, Parsons is good, man, because I didn't think he'd be an edge rusher. I think he'd just be like just a normal linebacker playing a regular skill set. And I was wrong. I mean, he can cover really well. I didn't think he was a good coverage linebacker either. A guy could cover too. He could pull back if he has to. I said Robert Woods is the perfect trade candidate. Woods over DK, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I like both players. But obviously the ACL is just making me a little nervous. Bringing back Nate Gary, it's only realistic choice. Philly Swag, what's going on? Maybe they just made this move to pay our draft picks. I don't know. I mean, maybe this could be it. It could be what it is, but obviously, what do they have? Like 20 million now from this move. So I mean, you need like 10 million for probably paying these draft picks. So we'll see. Asking price too much first in the second round. Limit says DK more upside and younger. Limit cost says, and we need some size at receiver, and that's true. We need a big body at receiver. I don't think we're going to get all speed, but we definitely need some type of a big body or some type of a lengthy receiver, something like that. Cecil Burr says, Woods' contract has averaged about $13 million per year for the next 3 years, and he's 30 already. Rade says, breaking news, Howie signs his cat 2 years, $11.9 million. Hydra Cat says, sign Honey Badger and trade a third for Laviska. I'm not really a fan of trading for Laviska Shenault. See, the third year Woods contract is about a $19 million cap hit. Oscar Martin says, yeah, Christian Harris would be a good choice at better for Eagles, ran 4.4 40 time. How does Bama man forget that? Tono says, why haven't we traded Dillard for our Minshew yet? I would just wait on that, guys, because the Minshew thing you have to like take time with because Baker Mayfield's still available, Garoppolo's still available. Like, though we have to wait until what quarterbacks go to what teams right now, and I think a move like Gardner Minshew will happen. It could happen. I think he will get traded, and hopefully it's for like I don't know a third round pick, something like that. So that's what I'm hoping for. No, Rager's going to be here, but he's going to get beat out competition wise. Like if they add another receiver, he's going to get beat out. I mean, JJ Arcega-Whiteside's probably going to be gone because there's just no room for him if they add another receiver, especially bringing Greg Ward back on top of it. So do the math. JJ's odd man out. I don't think they get rid of Rager just because he's a first round pick, but still, it doesn't. To me, I don't care. I think he's trash anyway, but. Philly Big Bog says Eagles draft Taylor Linderbaum, Jordan Davis, David Ojabo all in the first round. What do you think if the Eagles did that in the draft? Ojabo is going to move down in this draft. I don't think he's going to even be in the first round anymore. Jordan Davis, I would love it. Linderbaum, I wouldn't be surprised at a move like that because you need Jason Kelsey's replacement after this year. So I could see that happening as well. Young says breaking news: Howie signed his plumber for a 1-year contract. Daniel Hall says, yeah, that's surprising. If true on McLeod, he had a damn good year, but maybe Eagles feel it's fool's gold. I don't know. I'm just surprised they brought Anthony Harris instead of McLeod. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. I don't know. Kind of surprised at it. Fred Flores, sounds like players aren't as easy to recruit in Philly lately. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Like, if you're trying to get a player offensively, I'm not surprised. If you're trying to get a player defensively, I think I'd have more faith in the Eagles getting a defensive player from the money that they freed up now than getting an offensive player. Kikoa says, I could see McLeod coming back on a low-risk deal and being a rotational guy since we have injury concerns with Kevon Wallace. I mean, you have Marcus Epps as well, and you signed Anthony Harris. So I think McLeod coming back would probably be somewhat more realistic. They could re-sign him back and just bring them both back on cheap one-year deals as of right now. So it could happen. There are not many defense tackles out there in free agency right now. Lucia just cut by the Bills, but a rotational player at this stage of his career. Yeah, I don't really see us picking up a DT in free agency anyway. I haven't really been focusing on that position in free agency. I think the draft is where you're going to go for that. So everyone, Wardnuck says we will trade Minshew soon. It will happen. It will happen sooner or later. Just give it some time. I think it will happen. We got a super chat from Rocky. What's going on, man? Appreciate the super chat. Did not say anything, but much love, man. Appreciate it very much, very much. Hold on. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Osmer says that's why I think Clemson's Booth has bust potential. I don't know, dude. I really do like Andrew Booth Jr. a lot. I mean, he's one of my favorite corners coming out in this draft. Stingley is definitely my favorite, but hasn't done much since his freshman year. And, coming off the injury, obviously, is he the same type of cornerback, and Stingley is trying to put the word out there that, if teams pass on him, they're going to make a big mistake. So got to see LSU, got to see his pro day and see how he does. Essentially, would you give up anything for DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift? Both bad teams would cost a lot. Yeah, it would cost a lot. So I doubt it. Jay Fung, again, this draft depends on your ability to pressure the quarterback. I think that's what Howie's trying to do, man. To build the trenches back up. Fletcher Cox is going to be a free agent after this year. Javon Hargrave's contract is up, after a couple seasons? Like, his contract is almost up too. I don't know if it's after this year, or after next year. It's close. Tanner Gray said Wallace needs to beef up and get a pro level muscle weight on a real dog like Dawkins. Yeah, but he's not. I'll see how many years it's going to take for him to get to that level, though. You know what I mean? D-Train says Howie stacking cash for next year's year shows he expects the team to be mediocre this year. Tanner Gray said Denver got Singleton. I heard last night. Happy he's going to a good team. Jess said with Hurts at QB, opportunities will be few. That's the problem. Like, we're more ready on offense. Like, we have a more ready, capable offense, but the quarterback situation is what's going to turn off players from coming and being wanting to work with this offense. So that's going to be a big problem. Defensively, I see defensive players coming here because they look at some of the players that are already here already. Hassan Reddick's here now. You have Slay. That's pretty much one of the most intriguing options that guys want to play in the secondary with him. So some good pieces there. Rocky says, I heard we're looking at Zach Pascal, Deshaun Elliott. As I said, please no to Robert Woods. No, he'll be 30 next month and coming off an ACL. And guys coming off ACLs, it's not a good thing. You know what I mean? Jim Montoya says Fox was resigned. Darius Slay just restructured contract. We had no cap. We had cap room. Who are we going after? I have no idea, dude. I don't know what we're doing right now. I wish I had the answer. I don't know what the Eagles are doing right now. I wish I had a feeling. I really don't know. I really don't know what they're doing. What about Scouting or Minshew for Pittman in a third? Minshew for Pittman in a third. I don't know if they're not getting rid of Pittman. That's definitely not going to happen. Valdez Scanling's still available. The Eagles still have interest in him. So, every receiver has kind of slipped through their hands. Juju, they just stopped having interest in. Allen Robinson went to the Rams. everybody's starting to get, this is like, maybe because as the days go by, scaling will get cheaper. You know what I mean? Which I already think he's going to be cheap. He only had 400 yards receiving last year. He missed time, I think, with a back injury. So we'll see. Nathaniel Hall said it would have been not surprising if the Saints blow it up after the Deshaun sweepstakes and Michael Thomas would be an interesting move if Eagles get sneaky. He's owed a lot of money, though. Michael Thomas is owed like 20-something $million cap hits the next like 4 years. Like it's Michael Thomas would be absolutely probably impossible because he just costs too much to acquire him at least. Fred Flores, I'll take Rhodes over Pearson right now. I'll take either or right now. Whoever wants to come here. Just I would have rather had Howard than Boston. T said, good morning from Spokane. Appreciate it very much. Mark says Woods over DK. Hell no. I wouldn't. No, definitely not. Jay says, dude, they always restructure every year to do absolutely nothing with the money and say it's for next year. Jay White says, just woke up and heard the news about Ojabo. Yeah, it's horrible, man. It's horrible. It's a bad feeling. Dream Team Kicks, we should trade for Woods. He'd be great. A slot receiver. Jay Funk says, this never works unless you get to the QB. Remo K says, isn't Rhodes like 500 years old? He's 30. I think he's turning 31 or 30. I think he's turning 32 soon. Sean Marsh says, they say the only blue chip player in the draft is Hamilton. Would you trade a first and a second to move up? It depends where he's going to be. I think he's going to be like from like 8 to 12 in that area. So I don't think you have to give up that much to move 8 to 12. I doubt it. Q says, Carl says, I think we should sign Marcus Mariota, train Minshew, Dillard, and a pick for good receiver DK, then let Jalen and Marcus Mariota battle it for a good with a good receiver unit. I don't even think Marcus Mariota is going to cost you a little bit of a penny. It'll probably cost you $7-8 million for the year. I don't think the Eagles are wanting to pay that much in the backup quarterback this year, depending if Minshew's gone or whatnot. So I think they have some trust in Jalen Hurts in his health, despite the ankle surgery that he did get. So we'll see. Rocky says Woods should be fully healthy by training camp. Yeah, but do you take a chance on that, though? Now we have way more cap space than just for draft picks. Mr. Evans says between Honey, Badger, and DK. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at right now with both of those guys. Jazz Fuse and Marino Torres was never good with the Tropsy. DJ says Landon Collins to Eagles. I don't know about that one. I mean, he's more of an in-the-box safety. I don't know if that would be the other veteran that they bring in. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I'm not a big fan of Landon Collins anyway. So, Bancini says I'm hearing Eagles trade 16-19 to the Panthers for 6 and wide receiver Robbie Anderson's like Thibodeau safety or Kayvon Hamilton. Oh no, I mean Kyle Hamilton. I would love it. I mean that sounds. I mean not too bad, but. I mean, you'd have to. That's 2 picks for the 6th overall, 16 and 19 for Robbie Anderson. I know. Do they need a Robbie Anderson type receiver though? Like he's just a vertical threat, and that's it though. You know what I mean? But getting Thibodeau would be huge. Getting Kyle Hamilton that early would be huge as well. Villiers says, do you think the Eagles are going to cut or trade both JJ? No, I think at this point, if you sign another receiver, whether it's a draft or free agency, I think JJ's definitely done. I think he'll either be on practice squad or he'll be off the team regardless. So I think that's going to be the case with him. Rager's not going to be gone. As much as I want him to be gone, and all of us want him to be gone, I don't think he's going anywhere just because he's a first-round pick, unfortunately. So, it is what it is. I think after this year, Rager will be gone. Evan Ross says, if this money was for draft picks, maybe we can trade for a 4th first rounder. I mean, they could. Depends from who, though. I think we're drafting a bruiser running back. Howard not with us. I don't know if Howard's going to be here. Even with one more year left on his contract, I don't think he might not be here. He might not. I love Jordan Howard. I'm a huge Jordan Howard fan, and I think they don't play him enough when he is healthy. And when they do, he does some damage. He gets those really tough chunk yards that we really need. And he's a bruiser. He tires out defensive lines. You could use him and tire out defenses. Kind of like use him as the finisher. You know what I mean? That really opens up the pass a lot. So, Brain says, any idea how much the Eagles could spend free agency this year considering draft picks pay? I don't know. It just depends who else they're going to try to get right now. I don't know how much they're trying to spend. It depends on the player, obviously. Depends on the player. Paul says there are no Parsons in this draft. Plenty of good players, but there isn't a Parsons. But there's a Devin Lloyd and there's a Kobe Dean out there that's going to really change this defense. So, I'm telling you, I wouldn't ignore the fact that they might. I think they could. I think they could definitely pick up a linebacker if that's the case. I think they'll do it. I think it'll actually happen. No joke. I think it will happen. And look, if they pick a linebacker in the first round, I'm telling you right now, like I will be so emotional. Like I'm not even kidding. I'll be really emotional over that. So I'm just putting the stream on my phone real quick so I can see. I didn't put the stream on my phone before. Sean Mark says we didn't sign a lot of our 2017 free agent players like Blunt and long till June. I think so. We need to be patient. Justin said Godwin just signed an extension with the Bucks. Oh well, yeah. I mean, he's coming off an ACL MCL injury. So Elliott Short Parks, which I don't like reading his stuff, but he said that my guess the Eagles restructure the contract of Javon Hargrave soon. It makes sense, and they need the cap space. I mean, they could, but if they're freeing him up on top of it, I don't know what they're going to go get. So Robert Woods has a $10 million base salary. He'd have to take a new contract at 30 years old. That's one I'm trying to figure out. Like, would they actually trade for Robert Woods at 30 years old, coming off an ACL? It just doesn't sound good to me. It does not sound good to me. So, Marcus J said, "Would you trade Minshew for Baker?" No, I don't want a trade for a quarterback. I don't want to trade a quarterback for a quarterback. I wouldn't trade for a quarterback. Bear Slate says 762 God. Yes, you can't trade for DJ Moore. I just saw that from Carolina. They signed DJ Moore. King Rel said if Stingley does his pro day, it's going to be April 6th, and that's LSU pro day. Okay, I didn't know that, so thank you for telling me. I'll definitely check that out when the time comes. Nick Romano says Slade's contract is restructured. What move do you think we make? I don't know what they're doing. Could be, I mean, literally, it could be for a player. It could be for a cap space for next year. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. If you're restructuring right now, I don't think it's a futuristic move. I think it's something that they're trying to acquire right now. I think that's what they're trying to do. That's just me, though. I think that's what they're trying to do right now. Taki says Patrick Pearson wants to be the EA. Paul says that Godwin signed a 3-year deal with Tampa Bay Bucks. He's going nowhere. Oh yeah, no, I mean I saw that a while ago. Mike, let's see. Remo says Landry and Fournette were going to sign with the Falcons. Had they signed the creep Watson? Stuart, I guess we're using all 3 first-round picks. I don't know if that's the case. That could be the case. So if that, I mean, I'd be fine with that. If they're going to pick 3 guys in the first round and they want to pay all these guys, like. Because as of right now, like picking only 2 guys, well, technically 2 first-round picks plus a second-round pick, 3 starters potentially. You can have now 4 starters potentially, which is absolutely insane. So, Dream Team Kicks, I'm calling it. If we're trading up for Kayvon or possibly Hudson, we have so much draft capital, so why not go and be aggressive and get your star end? They could do that too. They could definitely do that. Like, I'd be shocked if Hutchinson is here. Hutchinson is Michael. I mean, as I'm hearing right now, is updated. Like, he could be he could be the first pick of the draft. He's either going to be top 3 or the first pick of the draft. Kayvon is going to be a top 6 pick. Trevon Walker will be a top 10, and might move some of these defensive ends up now. Might move some of these other guys up now. Like Karlaftis might move up a little bit. Since Ojabo is definitely gone and not going to be in there in the first round now. So, Rio says, is Peterson upgrade over Nelson? I'd rather look. I was fine bringing Nelson back. Totally fine with it. You know what I mean? I was totally fine with it as of right now. Let's see. Kigo Kermark says, I think we should sign Marcus Mariota, trading Minshew, Dillard, be a good receiver, DK, then let Jalen Marcus Mariota battle. Jay White says Ojabo is going down. He's expected to be out for 6 months. I wouldn't draft him. I hate injuries like that. No, and I don't want to take a chance on a draft like this. You cannot take a chance. You cannot take a chance on a guy like that in this draft. I'm sorry, but like I love Ojabo a lot, and I give him the best of luck wherever he goes. It's just not right. Gustavo said, would you trade the 19th pick for Woods? No. No, I wouldn't trade a first-round pick for Woods, period. Off an ACL, and he's 30 years old? No, I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. I would not do it. Let's see. F. Ross says draft Gardner, Linderbaum, Ojabo, and Brisker with our first 4 picks. Like I said, like Ojabo shouldn't be drafted in the first, second round. Gardner, draft Gardner, Linderbaum. Linderbaum is definitely another one they could definitely look at. I don't know if they're going to get a center early. I don't know if they're going to do it or pull the trigger on it. At least I just looked at stats of Mayfield and Hurts are about the same. We better not look at Mayfield. I mean, I don't care about the stats, dude. It's all about like the mechanics. Like we're worried about mechanics and how like certain quarterbacks read defense. Like Baker Mayfield, like the one thing I do like about Baker Mayfield is his attitude because I'm not saying he's a crybaby, but sometimes he he tells it like it is, which I do like. When he's pissed off, he'll tell you if he's pissed off. So, which I do like about him. But when it comes to his quarterback play, I'm just not a fan, and I'm not a fan either. We're already dealing with quarterback problems as it is. To give up more assets to trade for another quarterback problem, I'm just not interested in that whatsoever. Tito says for Woods, absolutely not. That's over. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. A first round pick, no. Paul says Stingley need a good pro day or he'll continue to fall in the second half of the first round. Fans have highly overrated him due to his name. Cecil says Rams are trying to dump that contract. Lego Mago says DeMarcus Robinson from the Chiefs is still free agent. He's got a sizable frame, good hands. He's not the fastest guy, but he makes plays. DeMarcus Robinson, I don't know if there was another guy, a Robinson from Kansas City that we were going after a couple years ago, I remember. Then he resigned with KC. I don't know if that was him or that was another guy. Co95 said we should trade for Robbie Anderson. I'm not into Robbie Anderson at all. I'm just not. Like, he's just a vertical threat, and that's it. Like, I think we could do better than that, than Robbie Anderson. So am I the only one who wants Tyron? No, there's a lot of people that want him. Justin Calzes, I'm just pissed they're doing Hurts like they did Wentz, not giving him any help, expecting him. I think they give, I think it's the total opposite. I think they've given Wentz gave Wentz no help, and they've built around Jalen Hurts better than they built around Carson Wentz. I think they built so much better around Hurts than they have with Wentz, which I think which I definitely agree with Carson Wentz on that. Like, I don't think they built around him. I don't think they really built around him good. You know what I mean? I don't think they have. Dang Squad says 2023 second round, 2022 fifth, and Jalen Reagor. David Knight said Darius Slade just restructured his contract. Howie's up to something, Shakes. Bro, yeah, freed up almost $12 million, which is crazy. Some Block Ninjas, I think Howie is trying to get DK. That's why we are so quiet since day one. I don't know, dude. I'd be shocked. If that was even the case, I would be shocked, but we'll see, though. Orlando says, Howie about MES at the wide receiver to the Eagles. How would you? I wouldn't mind him. I don't mind him at all, to be honest. Valdez Scaling, I don't mind him. I think it'd be a nice second to third option. I mean, you could put him on the inside, the outside. He can outrun defenses. He's a long receiver. He got 4.3 speed. He's very good. I mean, there were some people talking about his drops, but there was a Packer fan I did talk to about him. And he said he used to have drops, but not much anymore. He said Aaron Rodgers threw some really bad passes to him last year that weren't really catchable. So everyone thinks he has like a dropping problem. But I wouldn't mind him at all. I think he'd be a really, really, really good receiver for the Eagles. I actually wouldn't mind him at all. Kind of reminds me of DJ Chark a little bit. Keep on someone say, hey, Joey, would you like Robbie Anderson on the team? I'm not a fan at all. No. Can't blame someone for not wanting to come to a team who wants to shoehorn a backup QB in a starter spot. Good luck with that. Judge says now they're going to keep Minshew. They might not. I don't know. They might not. I'm not sure what they're doing. So Mercy Joey, do we keep Milton at defensive tackle or do we play him in both defensive tackle and edge? I like switching him around. Like I think with that last Cowboys game of last year, the Cowboys kept their starters on the field, their offensive line, and everything. And man, Milton Williams was throwing people around. The more snaps he was getting, the better he was. That was like a little bit of like a practice for him. Like they took out a lot of starters, so he had more playing time that game. And I really did like what he brought to the defensive line. I like switching him around. I do like putting him at defensive end and putting him at defensive tackle. So I would definitely move him around. 100% I would do that this year. Depending on matchups, I would do it. Philly Fan D, what's going on, man? Please hit the like button. We got 446 in the chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Make sure you check if you're subscribed because there are people that said that they see that they're not subscribed and they think that they were blocked or whatnot, but that's not the case. Sometimes YouTube does that. I don't know why. It's been happening with a lot of content creators right now. But if you guys haven't, hit the like button if you guys have not either. But definitely subscribe. Check out some of the videos if you guys haven't. Let's try to get the stream to 150 likes. Much love to everybody that's joined the stream today. It's a Saturday, and I didn't really expect that many people in here because everyone's probably busy and, doing their thing, man, enjoying the weather and just chilling out. I think it is not a great day today for me over here because I think it is raining right now. So, but, it's definitely something to hang out and just talk about it today. Free agency for the Eagles, day 6 live reaction. So hit the like button and subscribe if you guys haven't. Check out the description below. I have other content. I have the Shake Squad Army memberships as well for extra content that I can't put on YouTube. So definitely check it out. Rocky says, I seen a report. We're looking at Zach Pascal, Deshaun Elliott. I don't think that's true at all, but MVP Julio says, how would you feel if we take Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean? Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean. How about that? Devin Lloyd is interesting to me because I think he has a really good, I think when it comes to his tackling, is fantastic. His coverage is really good. He's a nice balance. I think he's more balanced than Nakobe Dean is. Nakobe Dean is just a tackling machine, but very physical. So I'm fine with both of these guys. I like Devin Lloyd more, but I'd be fine with both of them. Paul Mancini says, problem train Minshew is cap projected. What back QB do the Eagles sign? Doesn't cost $6 to $8 million. Minshew earns less than. Well, that's the good thing about trading him. He's only going to cost $900,000 for the year. It's cheap. It's a cheap option, but an above average quarterback, pretty good option for another team right now to acquire him. So I've no, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have a problem with it. Keep on Simmons said, Joey Shakes, would you be opposed to making trade for Robbie Anderson? No, I'm not. I really don't like Robbie Anderson at all. I'm not. We need a big body receiver or need somebody that's just I don't know. I'm just not a fan of him. Michael Moreno says, honestly, we're too hard on Rager. We were extremely hard. Pause. Yeah, we could pause on that. And another guy, and he made big plays in the Super Bowl. We all remember that, right? Yeah. Yep, I remember. Misery says, DK. I hope so, bro. I hope so. Will Fuller says, Will Fuller, old ass. Nah. Ray says, Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean. Real says, Alex Singleton tackles are not real tackles. He gets dragged for an extra 5 yards at least every time he was. It just, when all right. So when the linebackers weren't playing downhill, yes, he was taking hits than giving them. So when he takes hits, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, he's been the leading tackler at the linebacker position the past 2 seasons. You know what I mean? So when they play him downhill and not being like, you understand, like he's not taking the hits. Like that's the problem. He's done some good things, but he's had highs and lows here. But Alex Singleton is nothing better than a backup, and that's just the truth. Would you draft Olave? I like Olave. I like Garrett Wilson a lot more though. Paul says, say Hargrave's contract is up after the season, be a free agent. That sucks, dude. That sucks. So Hargrave's contract is up at the same. Oh, dude, they're definitely double dipping. They're definitely drafting defensive tackle this year. There's just no way. There's no way. Hargrave's a free agent. I thought it was another year, but if Hargrave's a free agent after this year and Fletcher Cox too, I don't know. And that really depends. I think what's going to happen is it really depends on how good Hargrave does. So they definitely have to get him a high quality weapon at defensive end in the first round. They have to get a weapon alongside of him. I want to see his numbers this year. I want to see if he can get past it and maybe into double. I think he could have had double digit sacks if he had a little bit of help on that edge this year. Unfortunately, Josh Sweat couldn't open much up for him. Derek Barnett couldn't either. And then he had Brandon Graham out on an Achilles injury, and he's coming back from that. So you got to be careful on how he's coming back at, over 30 years old and coming back from an Achilles injury on top of it. So now it says, doubt ever studied film. If you really are clueless, bro, got pro scout, you are, I guess. What? What's going on? I'm confused. Lucas, we aren't drafting 2 linebackers. No, who says that? We're not drafting 2 linebackers. One. I want 1 linebacker. I'm good with 1. 1 is like, we're already enough. We can't even get 1. If we get 1, forget about it. Some Black Ninja says, I'm thinking the Eagles are trying to put a trade package together for DK Metcalf. That's why we're so quiet. Dude, I hope you're right. I hope we're not. I hope you're really realistic with it. And I hope that it's really true, man. If it happened, bro, I'm telling you. Oh, they put out a video on Boston Scott, the Giant Slayer. So Hassan Reddick was the biggest. It was definitely a big steal signing. Definitely a big steal signing. I think he was offered more money somewhere else. I don't think the Eagles would have got him, to be honest. That's what I think. I don't think the Eagles would have had him at all. I think he took less money to go to Philadelphia. I really do. I think he took less money to go to Philadelphia. That's what I think. TJ Samuel says, let's see. Oh, here we go. They're no getting rid of Pittman. He has a 1,000-yard season, and the Colts second leading for Prescott, who had 300 yards. They get rid of Pittman. They have no receivers. And he was, and remember that last game against the Jaguars that they lost against? The only valuable receiver that was making any type of catch in that game was Pittman. Pittman was the only guy that was producing. Jonathan Taylor, they barely ran. Jonathan Taylor couldn't do much of anything. I don't even think they ran with him even that much. I mean, Pittman is definitely not going anywhere. 100% not going anywhere. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get through the chat. It's really tough. It's going so fast. I'm so behind. We got a super chat from Jack. What's going on, Jack? He said, hey, Joey, we should pick up Christian Watson from North Dakota State, 6'4", 210, runs a 4.3. It might be available in the second round. No, from North Dakota. He's from North Dakota, yeah. He's definitely someone you're going to have to keep an eye on in the second round at receiver. I do like him a lot. So I agree. You're not the only one that's talked about him, Eagles fan wise. A lot of other Eagles fans have talked about him as well. And I've been looking at receivers. Like, look, at this point, they just signed a receiver in free agency. They might not have to go in the first round for a free agency just because of the other needs that we do have, because receiver goes into the second round of this draft. You have Dotson from Penn State. I mean, you have some really good players in that second round, that wide receiver. Drew says, what would you give up for DK? I give up a first round and a 4th round pick. If you don't have to give up a first rounder, then great. It's a steal. But if you have to give up a first rounder, give up a first rounder and a 4th round pick. Joe says, who cares who scores touchdown? Just score more than other teams. They're fantasy league experts in all the stats. Corey tells us people forget that Hurts was a Pro Bowl alternate for the NFC. After Dak's second season, Cowboys wanted him out of there. Now they love him for the most part. Finneros Flash says, Ojabo will be the late first round, early second. He makes sense for playoff caliber teams because he could play in December, January. Marissa said, a trade package better include J.J. or say a bum side. Dream T kicks it. I don't trust Ohio State players. They are knuckleheads. Big Pickett says, Ojabo is going to a good team now, dropping to the bottom of the draft. Frank says this team has built sucks. Let's be honest. Maybe 8-win QB, no division, no arm, no receivers. Trade for Metcalf. I mean, I would say 7 to 9 wins. I said that last year. I say about 7 to 9 wins. I mean, last year there was Eagle fans saying we weren't even going to win 5 games last year, which was totally ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. But a lot of mistakes were made. I know that mistakes were going to be made. Yeah, that rookie head coach, rookie defensive coordinator, rookie head coach, rookie defensive coordinator, rookie quarterback. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. John says, Sirianni, the one calling too, bro. He could just run the ball. Takeem Hilton says, if Christian Watson is there in the third, I'd jump all over him. I'd definitely be another option if the Eagles want to go for that. You know what I mean? I think it'd be definitely another option for the Philadelphia Eagles. Frankenmer says, guys, you don't all realize how he is not keeping all 3 first. He is not. He's trading out to get assets for 23 and move up for QB. It might be the case too. I don't think that they keep 3 first-round picks. Realistically, even if they free up this money, I don't think freeing up this money If we had a good free agency, I could see that. But because we only signed one player, besides our own players, we signed one player. I think there's a lot more into this Darius Slay restructure than anything else. So I don't know what the case is or what they're going to do, but we'll just have to see. Takeem Hilton says, she's cool. Guess they're too picky, I'm sure. Let's see. Amir Slate says Watson, Alex, and dude from Penn State, or the one from Georgia. We got Cordell Patterson. What's up, Joey? What's going on, Rock the Arts? What's going on, man? How's everything going, bro? Falcons re-signing Cordell Patterson. Falcons re-signing Cordell Patterson per Mike Garofalo. See, that was going to happen. Yeah, that has happened. Let's see. Rockdart said, do you think we make any moves today? I don't know if it's going to be today or if it's maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm hoping today is going to be at least there's some type of rumor of like we're going after somebody or they're trying to trade for somebody. Like it's been so quiet. It's been so quiet. Like we've heard little things of like, the Scaldez, a Valdez scandaling, getting him at receiver. And that was like a day or two ago. You know what I mean? So it's just it's interesting. Let's see. Frank Amar says, I bet you Michigan defensive end will not get picked first round. Achilles lose all explosiveness can do it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe down the road he'll be a better player, when he gets out of, this injury. I mean, it could happen. Judson says they're overpaid Rager. Then they overpaid for Rager then. That's their D-train where you get the edge out of the list of our receivers. Takeem Milton says, I wouldn't trade for Christian Watson. I wouldn't take Christian Watson in the second because his college numbers weren't very impressive for the competition he was playing against. He had quarterback Trey Lance for 2 years, third round only. Student says, we lost most of the games to the pass rush. I mean, definitely to the pass rush and penalties. And stupid Derek Barnett penalties or penalties in general or just bad tackling too. Certain guys will get a nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage, free up and get another 5-6 yards out of it. There was missed tackling too. Some of the tackling was pretty bad. Was pretty bad. I'm going to say D-Train, I would love to get a dude in the third. Ray Christian says, I'd like to see the Eagles draft the linebacker from Alabama in the second round. Christian Harris is going to be a beast. I like Christian Harris a lot. He's been one of my favorite linebackers in this draft, as well as like Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean. But Christian Harris would be a really good pick in the second round. I mean, that's definitely somebody I keep forgetting about him too, because I haven't talked about some of these draft prospects in a while because we've been going through this free agency stuff the past 6 days. Frank says, yup, Brigo DK for first and fourth. Perfect. Now give Hurts a weapon. See if he could throw. That's it. I'd be totally fine. You trade for DK, offense is set for next year. Boom. Done. Jim says, are we going to have a red October? Sean Wells says, what does Hurts' stat line have to be this upcoming season for him to be an undisputed guy? I mean, if he can get to 3,000 yards this year, 3,000 yards, 27 to 30 touchdowns. I mean, he should have more than that. So I don't know. He's going to have a lot of rushing yards this year. It's going to happen. He's going to have a lot of rushing yards. Moss says Hargrave is going to get extended next. Maybe that's what the move is. I don't know. Because if that's the case, if Hargrave is going to be up for a new contract after this year, you're going to be losing two of your starting defensive tackles. So, or they're going to let both these guys walk, and you're going to have Milton Williams and whoever they draft this year be the starting defensive tackle in 2023. So I'm not really sure what it's going to be. I'm not even sure. Justin says that's the typo he was calling RPOs instead of just running the ball straight up. Hurts is one of the best in the league at reading the defensive end RPOs. No, I agree with that. He could read that well. Can he read everything else well when he's passing the football? That's the question. Frank said, agree. 8-win team, nothing more. Can't throw the ball. Teams will take Hurts running away. Eric says, Joey, do a poll. Honey Badger or DK? All right, let's do that. Why not? Let's do that. So what do we got? The poll we have now, are the Eagles done in free agency? And people say no. So we'll end that poll. Get that out of here. Can I put another poll up or no? Okay, let's see. Honey Badger or DK? Here we go. Poll is going up. Poll is going up. There it is. Honey Badger DK. I thought I saw something before, but I could be wrong. Okay. Octavius says, for me, Hurts needs a season with no injury, 30 pass touchdown, 15 or less interception, 3,500 yards passing. Else Minshew is way better. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's got to answer. He's got to answer the call this year. So DK and Honey Badger get both. Might cost a little bit more money. You put in a yes or no as the choices. Oh crap! Sorry, sorry. It's not early right now, but give me a second. Sorry. Let me do it again. Sorry. It's a long day. Well, not even a long day, but it's early, so my brain is not. All right, we're good now. We should be good now. We should be fine now. I can't take away yes or no. So those are. I mean, I can't take away those options. So those options are going to be there regardless. So unfortunately, those options are still going to be there. The email says Honey Badger, Jarvis Landry signed Monty McLeod to a team-friendly 1-year deal. Yeah, I don't know, man. He might be looking for a little bit more money, unfortunately. And I'm not even a fan of Jarvis Landry, to be honest. Does said you can't expect Hurts to throw 30 plus. Even Watson didn't do that until his fourth season, which is true. Man, Minshew has been an NFL proven backup, 10-17 record. Eric says, I was wondering that as well. Yeah, it's early. It's just early for me, guys. I never stream this early. So I'm more of a late night streamer, but I don't mind these at all either. Michael Mayersky, what's going on? Dream scenario draft two D players in the first, trade 15 or 16 for another second this year and a first next year's draft, or get DK in a trade and Dotson the second with BUAGs coming to Philly also. And that'd be kind of interesting. I mean, I agree with drafting 2 defensive players in the first round. You could trade 15, 16 for another second this year. So, or get DK in the trade, Dotson. Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with any of those, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if the Eagles are gonna actually trade both of their first round picks. That's one of them they'll trade back, but I don't think they're gonna move up in the draft with 2 first round picks. I don't think they're trying to move up in the top 5. I don't think they're trying to move up the top 6. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'll pull him and see. It says, why is the fascination by so many DK Metcalf, and why would Seattle want to trade? They might not. I mean, I don't know. They might not. They might not want to trade him. So, you know what I mean? But you never know, because after Russell Wilson left, what about Jamal Adams? I mean, he went to Seattle to be a Super Bowl contender. So is he just going to stay there on a rebuilding team at his age? Probably not. You know what I mean? Jamal Adams might want out. There's probably a lot of players that want out of Seattle right now. Who knows? I mean, all it's going to say is, DK just wants to move on to another team. Like he wants to not waste his career somewhere where it's going to take, 3 to 4 years to rebuild something, that's over there. But we don't know. I mean, it looks like Seattle might be trying to go after a veteran quarterback right now. But we'll see. We'll see in the time being what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see though. We got a super chat from Miguel Gonzalez. What's going on, man? He said, I think the slate restructuring is for signing 3 first-round picks for Tyrann Mathieu. Dude, I'd be shocked. Like I said, I've been saying this the whole offseason. I'd be shocked Okay, I'd be shocked if they. I don't know. I'd literally be shocked if they do that, if they keep another player. I'm not sure. So it looks like Sean Bradley, I guess linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles slash special teamer. Okay, so the news that came out, if anyone's new in the chat right now, that the Eagles have converted $14 million of Pro Bowl Darius Slay's money into bonus. So the Eagles freed up almost $12 million, $11.9 million in 2022. So what it looks like right now is that Sean Bradley actually tweeted this out. He actually retweeted it and said honey badger ? Which is just weird because why would a player even you know what I mean, just this, just be like, oh, maybe he's just taking a guess, as a fan perspective, he's taking a guess. And he said honey badger ? With the big emoji eyes. So that's actually interesting. That's actually really interesting. Appreciate the super chat, my man. Appreciate it, man. Dallas Cowboys to trade Hurts and run it with Matt Ryan or Jimmy G. I'm not a fan, dude. I think Matt Ryan should definitely go to the Colts. I think that'd be a perfect spot for him because there's already some weapons there. He's got a good offense over there. I think Matt Ryan just needs a new, kind of how Phillip Rivers went to the Colts. Same way. I think Matt Ryan could have some good, Matt Ryan's not a top 5 QB, obviously, but I think Matt Ryan will not, he's not going to be Matthew Stafford and get to the Super Bowl. I don't think, even though he could have won his first ring and they choked in that Super Bowl. Sorry, there was something in front of my face. So we'll see. Charles Davis said, hey, Dallas, got a lot of worse in your opinion with all their key losses. I mean, yeah, with Gregory going, Amari Cooper going, only trading 5th, 6th round picks. I mean, just crazy. They're making CD the number 1 guy. Cedric Wilson went to Miami. They signed Dante Fowler at defensive end, but he's washed up. He hasn't done much of anything since he was with the Rams. He went back to the Falcons, didn't do anything. So they're bringing a veteran presence on the defensive line, but I think the defensive line for Dallas got worse. I think, La'el Collins is gone. Two offensive linemen, I think, were gone for the Cowboys. I think one that used to play for the Cowboys ended up leaving too, or that used to be there. So, I think Dallas's offensive line is overrated to me. I just think it's just overrated. They're making CD the number 1 guy. We're going to see. We're going to see what CeeDee Lamb could do. I mean, CeeDee Lamb had some drops this year too. Like he had some drop syndrome this year as well. So I don't know. I think Dallas is still going to be good, but I think, they take a step back this year. I think they're going to take a little bit of a step back this year. I don't think they're I think there's definitely some changes that did affect them. So we'll see. Tucky says Marcus Valdes-Scantling would be my target free agent wide receiver alongside Zach Pascal said if Jarvis Landry wants too much. And look, like Valdez, I think is really good. I think he's a really good receiver. Like I said, he was hurt last year. He only had 400 yards, like 430 yards receiving, not much. So I think there'll be a lot more to it. Just all I'm saying is that don't let AB or Julio Jones go to Las Vegas, Denver, or the Browns. Well, there reports Seattle that Wilson basically quit the team last year, and not much love and respect for him as many fans think about his leadership. Remo Case, Amari Cooper and Gregory were big losses for that team, Cooper especially, and Cedric Wilson, because Cedric Wilson came in as like a situational wide receiver, and I got to say, when Cedric Wilson was given a shot, he played really well. Ezekiel Elliott's $18 million. He's getting paid $18 million this year. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like for a 4-yard back. I mean, pretty much. I think they should try to move Zeke. I think they should try to move Zeke because Tony Pollard seems to be the guy when it comes to special teams. I think he just brings more to the table. That's why I don't like paying running backs a lot of money because he got that money and he's not like Ezekiel Elliott's not what he used to be like his first 3 years. You know what I mean? It's just not the same player anymore. I don't think he is. Jay's daddy said, I'll take Adams or Honey Badger. Second says Dallas Cowboys. It's just so weird right now, bro. It's just so weird. Sean Bradley from the Eagles just said Honey Badger and just with a question mark. I mean, I guess he's just trying to recruit him right now. So, I mean, he's just trying to recruit him right now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know if, could be the move. Who knows? Could be the move. We'll see. But Michael, let's see. Michael says Slayen Son and Patrick Peterson. Justin says they won't miss Cooper at all. No, probably not. No, he doesn't show up in big moments. Unfortunately, we need DK badly. We do. We're gonna see if they're actually if Seahawks are willing to if you call the Seahawks and say, hey, I mean Tyler Lockett didn't even go anywhere either. Tyler Lockett is up for trade too, and he hasn't even gone anywhere yet. So, Arnold says Antonio Brown is just trouble. Don't sign him. I wouldn't even touch him, dude. I hate that guy. Harris says Patterson just signed with Falcons. Yeah, he's gone. Bill Dallas Cowboys. I love the Cowgirls hot cheer squad, but I know his team going all in have a chance. I don't know. I think your chance was last year, but I think I think Dallas takes a step back this year. Could win the division this year, but I think they take a step back, and I don't think they get anywhere close again for another year. Especially there's the Seattle locker room split. Let's jump on it. Even the Cowboys giving Michael Gallup that big deal coming off of 2 injuries in 1 year. I mean, it was kind of ridiculous. I thought that was a really bad move, but does Bradley and Matthew have any connection? I have no idea. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if they went to school together, which I don't think so. But should be interesting. Rich says, should the Eagles sign Derek Barnett after learning? No, I wouldn't touch him, dude. That shouldn't even come out of your mouth right now. To re-sign Derek Barnett shouldn't even come out of your mouth right now. That is far. I mean, every Eagles fan does not want Derek Barnett back. Justin says he puts up numbers, and that's all that matters. He would help us win. Okay, says, no way. I believe Russell Wilson quit on the team last year. He came back from injury play, and they only had an outside shot at the playoffs. That rumor is BS. It's the biggest off. Says we can get Woods for way less. He's a veteran, even made Goff look good. I don't know if you can get him for less. If they're looking for a first-round pick, they're not getting it. Because at this point, the Rams need first-round picks. They don't have a first-round pick till 2024. So they have this year with no first-round pick, next year without no first-round pick, and then 2024 is going to be the first year they'll actually have a first-round pick. So AB might be nuts, but still can produce. Yeah, but who cares? If you get who wants that in their locker room, bro? Who wants that? Not me. I don't care if he was a generational talent that could bring us to put us in the Super Bowl. He's got a bad attitude. You know what I mean? Charles said Baker's going to go to Indy, not Matty Ice. Chris Urban says, Ojabo got torn Achilles. That's tough, man. Prayers for the guy. Yeah, definitely, dude. Much prayer to him, man. I hope he gets better. Hope he comes back better than ever. Bobby says, I want Jordan Davis, but I think he goes before 15. We'll see. Do I think the Eagles are going to stay at 15 and 16? Probably not. Maybe not. I don't know. But, making a trade up is possible. They might not stay if they think, I think they're drooling over Jordan Davis. I think they are. Especially and over Devontae Wyatt too. They already got him on a pre-draft visit, so they have interest in him. You see pre-draft visits are not for nothing. You know what I mean? So second says AB is a bit of a psycho. Leo Omega says Jordan tomorrow, Matt Ryan. Corey says the Eagles will sign Calais Campbell 2-year deal. I doubt that. I doubt they'll pay him. Chris Scott says, how about the Slay restructure as a trade for DJ Moore? DJ Moore's gone. He re-signed with the Panthers. Or DK. DK would be possible. I hope that's the dream of mine, but we'll see. You see the Eagles freed up cap space. Yeah, they freed up. So 418 people in the chat. Much love to everybody. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Cover the Eagles every single day. Like their stream if you guys have not either. Let's try to get this to 200 likes if we can. Much love to everybody that joined. That's been joining me the past 5 days, 6 days on these streams. It's been absolutely amazing and just, been having a lot of fun with this. As much as nothing's really going on right now, nothing's been going crazy, but at the same time, I think everything's, it's been slow, but, obviously the Eagles freed up some cap space, almost $12 million from Darius Slay. Big play Slay. So, what is the move for the Philadelphia Eagles? So if you guys subscribe, Like the stream if you guys haven't. Try to get the stream to 200 likes. Much love to everybody that came in today on a Saturday. So I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to come in and just talk Eagles. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's kind of a crappy day out today. I think it is raining out today, so it's not really good. It was a nice day yesterday, but did not do anything for St. Patrick's Day either. So, let me just see if Jarvis Landry's available. Yeah, he's visiting a couple teams as of right now, from what I can see. Jack with Super Chat, what's going on, man? It says, Joey, should the Eagles trade Sanders for the right offer? Dude, I don't know what's going to happen with Miles Sanders. I think he plays this year. I don't think they touch him. I don't think they do anything with him. Okay. Miles Sanders, like, I don't know. Like, he's got to stay healthy this year. Number one. Number two, he's got to get a touchdown because he didn't have a chance to even get a touchdown last year. I'm not into paying running backs. I've never been into paying running backs, and I think they build this offensive line so well in the trenches that you can just plug in players like a Kenny Gainwell out of the 5th round, which I do like him a lot. A bruiser back in Jordan Howard, or if they get somebody else, I wouldn't mind drafting another running back that's a bruiser in the mid rounds, or somebody else that could really produce with this offense. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try, but it should be interesting. Judd says, yeah, Chark, 1 year, $10 million for the Lions. I don't know why we didn't grab him. I don't know either. I'm actually kind of subscribed. I mean, if he was that cheap, I don't know why they didn't go after him. I'm not really sure why they didn't. So, this biggest option, let's get Jordan Davis, Wyatt, and Jermaine Johnson. I like that right there. Davis, Wyatt, Jermaine Johnson. Perfect. Like I said, I think they'll go after defensive end and defensive tackle, because I don't think they're done. This defensive line is definitely going to get an overhaul of really good players. Hargrave is a free agent after this year, if that's the right news. And if Fletcher Cox is going to be available too, we'll see, because he's going to be a free agent after this year too. So obviously Fletcher Cox is probably going to be gone. And obviously Hargrave might be a re-sign candidate next year. He might be a re-sign type candidate next year if that's the case, but we're going to see what he does. We need to add a weapon on each side. We need to make sure that we add a weapon. Hassan Reddick is going to be moving from Sam linebacker to edge rusher, so he's very versatile, so we're going to move him around, which is great. Should be a big help. So obviously Eagles still have Hurts as QB1, so I'm not worried. JJ Daddy says, once Marshawn Lynch left the Seahawks, it was over. Chris Scott said, first round, Davis, Walker, and D. Wyatt. Second round, Ojabo. I wouldn't get Ojabo in the second, dude. I'm telling you, it's not your Achilles injury. You just can't take a chance on it. We did it with Sidney Jones. Sidney Jones was supposed to be our first round pick in 2017. And, it's just so funny because we all heard and we all knew Hassan Reddick was supposed to be the 13th pick of that draft or whatever we drafted Derek Barnett at. He was supposed to be the pick right before, which was kind of crazy. Would have been a perfect night for him. Akiva says, we'll just put Slay at receiver, best unit in the NFL. Francisco Medina says, Ojabo, yes, Eagles to bring him in. Wait till he's healthy, and you got a mighty. Doing good, man. Saturday's doing good, bro. Just chilling today. Justin says, Eagles want Davis in Georgia, just like Jerome Brown. Shocking versus, I can't believe Fletcher got 1 year, 14. Well, dude, I mean, they paid him. They got out of paying him $18 million against the cap for the year. I mean, they got out of paying that, which is good. So that number is a lot better. And the dead cap went from 40 to 12. So Howie Roseman did some really good number maneuvering and got out of some big payments that we didn't have to make. So Medea, I'm telling you that they're going out to play Cox at defensive end and draft Jordan Davis. It's big. It says Sean Bradley posted honey badger with eye emoji. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what it means. So we'll see. We will see. I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting. Lego Mega said, just subbed. I like your style. Keep up the good work. Hey, appreciate it, man. Much love, dude. Much love. Even if you're a Kansas City fan, man. I love every other type of fan base come on this channel as well. Just not for Eagles content, but I do appreciate it, bro. Brian said, Eagles desperately need wide receiver 1. No, we don't. We have Devontae Smith, bro. We have Devontae Smith. We don't need a number 1. We have our number 1. We have legitimately our number 1. Devontae Smith on another roster would have over 12 to 1,300 yards. Not even kidding. I won't be surprised if both Baker Mayfield and Julio Jones be in Indy. We'll see. We'll see. R. Hall just says, I heard someone say Jordan Davis won't be drafted that high because it's a hurry up offense. He can't down the field that fast, so that might not be him at 15 or 16, but we can't wait till 19. No. No, you definitely can't wait that long. Like, if that's the case, if he's out of the top 10, I think you still got to target him regardless. I think you still got to do it. I said, what do you think about Chad Muma from Wyoming? I believe I've heard some things about him. I haven't really checked him out. That's Touchdown Ref says we need to start making moves before no one is left. We will. I think we will. Claypool would be a really good trade. I think that would be an excellent trade for Chase Claypool. I think he could play outside and inside. He's very intermediate. It's Bigger Op says he's been getting better each year, just getting injured. Unfortunately, our running backs just don't last, and they don't. They don't, man. They don't. Plug-in team, bro. Robbie Murphy says Julio Jones only played 10 games, 2021, 9 games in 20. He's washed up. And he's hurt, and he's 32, and, like, what is he expecting? Like, you know what I mean? He wasn't even that productive for the Titans last year. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even pay attention to it, really. I think Julio Jones is far away from him, just far away from him even, coming here. I just don't see it happening. Christian Lopez, I think we're going to keep all three first, to be honest. Born Again says Davis and Wyatt. We already got Milton. Hargrave will be re-signed. Charles Davis said, I'm absolutely in love with Kenny Gainwell. Totally forgot about him. Trade Miles for a second or third. I don't know if they're going to pay. Like, the Miles Sanders is not going to get paid a big contract. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. I really don't. Like, I love his style of play. I think they need to put him into the passing game more like they did in 2019. What Doug did with Miles Sanders in 2019 was just fantastic. Not only just running the football with him, but putting him in the passing game, because he's a big mismatch against linebackers on wheel routes. And, I mean, he's really good in the passing game. I don't know why they don't put him in that. They really don't use him that way, which they really should. Devin Lloyd or Trent McDuffie at 19. Definitely. Justin says, funniest commercials was when he had a ponytail living with his mom. Mom says they're going to re-sign Hargrave before the season. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What's going on, BLSG? Phil Van D said, love Cox for what he did. He'll be an eligible Hall of Famer if we keep him. It would hurt our cap in 23. No, it's done. Like, Cox is done. Pretty much after this year, he's a free agent. Don't have to pay him anything. Don't owe him anything. Remo says Devin Lloyd is a dream pick. It is, but I think it could be realistic. If you guys remember Howie Roseman's end of the year press conference, he did say, he said that the linebackers that we don't have the linebackers for the scheme that Jonathan Gannon wants to put on the field, and I think that is true, which really shows that I think they want linebacker. I really do. I think there's a good chance they might do it, and if they don't, it is what it is. But I think there's a good chance here. You can't pass on a linebacker in this draft. MJ says, so is MT washed for missing games? Cut the crap. That touchdown ref said, I figured the Browns would sign either Deshaun Watson or Antonio Brown. They love problem children because they'll eventually help out in the long run. For example, Kareem Hunt. We need to look at Boye Mafe in the second round. I don't know who that is. I don't even know who that is. I'm just being honest. Ring bell says, oh my God. Born Again says Sauce McCreary. McCreary, I think, is a very underrated corner in this draft. I really do. Devin Lloyd is moving up in the draft. Eagles might need to trade their first and third to get him. We'll see. BLG says 15, Tyler Linderbaum. 16, Devin Lloyd or David Ojabo. 19, Andrew Booth Jr. That'd be a good one, too. Andrew Booth Jr. is definitely one of my favorite corners coming out of Clemson. Devin Lloyd is definitely, hopefully, realistic because I don't think they get passed up on linebacker. And drafting your future center would probably be the best thing that could happen, to be honest, because it's going to be a need for next year in 2023 anyway. So the answer said, what about Larry Fitzgerald? No. No. We're done. We're off that train. We've been on that train for so long. Born Against the Sauce, McCreary, McDuffie, Alam, Booth Jr. I'm out on Stingley. Monster Mike 33 said, what wide receiver do you want in the draft? I like the defensive DB linebacker, and that's with second. As of right now, like I would go after Treylon Burks, man. Like, I love Treylon Burks a lot. I think the tape shows more than what he did in his combine. I think he's going to be an all-around good receiver, especially to a number 2 to a number 3. I think he's going to be fantastic. But obviously, I think he's above average number 2 receiver. I think he could do a lot more. Like I said, like his 40 time wasn't good. It was a 4.5. I can't put too much into it because I just think I see more on tape than I could see from what he did. His lateral movement is fantastic. Catching is smooth. So Paul says Eagles going after cornerback Gilmore, and then we'll trade up in the draft. Safety Kyle Hamilton, select defensive line with their first round pick. That wouldn't be bad. I mean, Gilmore, how much is he going to want to get paid though? That's going to be how much is he going to want to get paid? That's definitely going to be something to watch. But I'm excited. I'm going to see where he's going to go. I don't know. So JPA Football says Eagles clearing all that cap space for something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Should be interesting, though. Everybody says Julio Jones or AB to Arizona with D-Hop. Javier Serrao says, I would like if we signed Jamison Crowder and draft a receiver. Jamison Crowder, how old is he? 30 years old now? I used to love Crowder when he was with Washington. I used to think he was so good with Washington back in the day. Reese says, is DJ Moore a true number 1 wide receiver? I think he's close to it. I mean, he could be like somewhat of a number 2, but I think he could be a number 1 guy. James Madelon says, could Julio go to Denver? Possibly. Reese says, nobody's left. Second says, bro, anyone saying Smith ain't a receiver 1, clearly never seen him done crazy ass catch. Oh, especially you're an Alabama fan, so you know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know how people even say that. Eagles gangster Sean Bradley tweeted Honey Badger. Yeah, I saw that, bro. We just talked about it a minute ago. Chad Moon is a B6'3", 245, and a true middle linebacker. Damn, I got to check him out. Monroe says, if we trade for a wideout, it should be for a future second and current third, fourth. Keo Carmichael says, make or break year for Miles Sanders. Absolutely love the guy. So much potential, but just can't stay healthy. Jacoby Stevens, Foon stuff is a interesting one just because, I think he's a hybrid linebacker / safety. I think he's I think he's definitely a nice hybrid guy, which I feel like that's why they drafted him. To go into year 2, we'll see what he does. I could definitely see him more of a safety than a linebacker, but I mean, we'll see. Even from LSU, even the head coach at LSU did say he's got a lot of leadership quality and can make a lot of plays, and hopefully definitely a step up. I mean, what was he, a 6th, 7th round pick? So we'll see. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Army, Broderick Forge. Welcome. Let me see, make sure check. Welcome to the Shake Squad Soldier, bro. Appreciate it very much, man. You're gonna love it here. Extra content for the memberships as well. So appreciate it very much. The description below, guys, we do have memberships. We're doing draft highlights. We're doing miscellaneous videos, updates on my setups and other stuff like that. So there's a lot of other videos that I can't put on YouTube that are copyrighted. So I put everything mostly on there that I can't put up on here. So much appreciated, man. Thank you, Broderick. Let's see. Brian Harris, the Eagles need the game breaker that is legit 1A due to QB play being inconsistent. But doesn't have to be the perfect all the time. So Andrew Garner says, we cheap don't want to spend every free agent that comes available. We always say it costs too much. Well, it just depends. Like, they didn't have that much cap space to begin with. That's the whole thing with it. They didn't have much cap space to begin with, this whole entire thing that was going on. You know what I mean? So I get it. Like, every Eagles fan wants more every single year, but in free agency, like last year, we only had $2-3 million at the first day, but our draft last year was our draft. Like, that was our off season. Our draft was very important last year, and it was a very successful draft, in my opinion, as of right now. So I think it was very successful. And that's just me, though. You know what I mean? That's just me. Taylor the Great said, whatever we were paying Slay, I don't think we could go above that for Gilmore or any other cornerback. I don't know how much Gilmore's going to get paid. I don't think you're already paying a cornerback a lot of money in Slay right now. So I don't know what you're going to do. Joe said, hey, Joe, I'm probably late on this, but are we finally free on the Deshaun Watson trade? Yeah, it's done, bro. I haven't seen anybody talk about it in the chat, which is good because everyone knows it's done. Elliot Bones said, which wide receiver would you go for, draft or free agency? I would go for Valdez-Scantling if in free agency, if that's the case. I do like him a lot. And if you go to the draft, I would like Trevon Burks from Arkansas. That would be my number one guy coming in, because I think there's a lot more he shows on tape, and his smooth catching. He's really fast, can run any route in the route tree, finds the open space. His radius is really good. So Philly Fan D says, Mayor Slate, don't talk about people's mothers. Yeah, if people are attacking each other, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that stuff. Arl says, Howie Roseman is a trade mastermind. He'll find a way better trade for someone good. Taylor says, would be ecstatic if Stingley fell to us. Grab a pass rusher and a receiver. That is solid draft. Shakes up. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I don't know if they take a chance on him. I'm wondering to see on this pro day. If it's April 6th, this is pro day. I'm excited to see what they do there. Broderick Ford says, let's just sign Philly 500. Bro, definitely. Shout out to Philly 500 because he's not really feeling good today. He wasn't really feeling good at all today. So we should be doing the Philly shakedown later today. So I don't know what's going on. We talked this morning, a little under the weather today. So, I mean, it's going around, you know what I mean? So I get it. MJ says, Jerry Jeudy or Hollywood Brown. I like Jerry Jeudy a lot. Samuel Carrera says, Chad Muma, 3rd or 4th round. Smoke Monday. Smoke Monday is another one I'm looking for as well. JPA knows something. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. I don't know. Because he kind of takes whatever. I don't know what he knows, but I'm hoping it's something really good. Hoping it's something really good. We'll see. We will see. I'm not seeing any news right now. What's going on? Trying to find something here that just tells me, hey, Eagles are trying to acquire this player, but I don't see anything right now. Roll Millis, it says draft Jameson Williams, no trades, and sign Teron. The other 2 picks, I don't know what we would need, but go Jameson Williams. So Nate says 15 Davis, 16 Lloyd, 19 Booth. Marcos Garcia says it's time to trade for DK. Lego Mega says hi. Kelsey, Hardman, Juju, CH, D-Rob, Gray, McKinnon, and on. How does the Chiefs offense look? I mean, they're loaded. I mean, I don't even know how the Chiefs have that much cap space. How they create all this cap space and like, I mean, I've never seen. I mean, to see, Patrick Mahomes and like not dealing with injuries with his offense. I mean, but besides maybe a player or two over the past couple of seasons, but they're loaded, bro. It should be a good year, another good year for the Chiefs. Sean Moore says we need to draft Drake London. I'm not a big fan of Drake London in the first round. Probably one of the worst receivers I'd probably want, be honest. I'm not saying he's bad, but I think there's a speed issue with him. Like, I don't think he's fast. I think he's got good speed, but I don't think he's got any elite speed to be a first round pick. I mean, I think when it comes to his contested catches, he's fantastic, and his open space running is great, but I just don't think he's fast. Vincent said Christian Watson, Todd Pinkston 2.0. He's way too soft for his frame. His contested catch rate is one of the worst. George Oblivion said, I'd be up for Christian McCaffrey trade. I don't care about the past 2 years we've been dealing with Sanders, who isn't as good, but injuries as well. So why trade for another guy? It's going to cost you draft picks. If you're going to trade for another running back that's got injuries, why are you going to give up draft picks for another injured running back? Paul said Chris Olave would be a perfect fit for the Eagles offense, would be that receiver that Rager's supposed to be. I agree with that. That's a touchdown ref says, I want DK. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Yeah, we definitely need DK. Taylor Henry said, Joey, I know you're a big Star Wars guy like myself off top, but my favorite movie of the Skywalker saga. Definitely. I mean, episode 3, big fan of probably Empire Strikes Back and then episode 3. So, Vincent Salamontino says Olave is nothing like Rager because he is not a yak guy. Rager was supposed to be the yak guy. Unfortunately, he is not. Philly 500 is really taking the Ojabo injury hard. I texted him yesterday when he got hurt, and he like flipped out. He flipped. Susan says, hey, Joey, Ojabo will be back by September. Would you draft him? I wouldn't draft him the first 2 picks. I wouldn't. I mean, the first 2 rounds, I wouldn't. Boxy Daniel Hunter is going to be traded, double-digit pass rusher, 27 years old. Would love to get him here. Yeah, I mean, he's legit. Everyone's like, oh, it's another Ryan Kerrigan sign. I'm like, no, Daniil Hunter is not another Kerrigan signing. Daniil Hunter is legit good. He is definitely one of the best edge rushers in the league, and going into his prime would be definitely something to look out for. Vince says, I want Devontae Wyatt. Devontae Wyatt will replace Cox day one. He's a maniac who causes chaos. Yeah, he's got really good explosiveness. What is he, like 6'4", 306 pounds? I know that Jordan Davis is more of the flashy pick because of his size, but Devontae Wyatt's going to be really good too. Little Dallas Cowboys says every team needs about 20 to 35 cap space for their rookie class, undrafted free agent. We bring in like 20 every year and a buffer for the season. Philly needs to for cuts, injured guys, and guys reaching incentives. Takeem Hilton says that Calvin Austin is another. And Calvin Austin is good. He's got a lot of speed, but DMO says Rager is fast. Look at how that turned out. Yeah, I mean, and even getting look, Shelton Gibson was another one that I think they gave up on him way too early, but. That's just me. I think Shelton Gibson was all coming out of West Virginia, just all speed and nothing really else that comes to it. You know what I mean? Reese says, what do you think about Joe Hayden, Pittsburgh about to let him walk? What do you think? I mean, that's another option. If they're going after like a veteran cornerback, you got Xavier Rhodes, you have Patrick Peterson, and if Joe Hayden is available, then I guess sure. I don't know. Limit says we don't need a yak guy. We need a big body like DK, Julio, and Adams. Vincent says, I'm not saying Olave don't get yak. I'm saying he's not looked at as a yak guy. He's looked at as like a pure route runner. And I think he is a pure route runner. I think he is. That's a touchdown. Are you high? Dotson nowhere on Olave level. No, Dotson's like a second round pick to a third. I don't think so. Student says, get Ojabo, Lloyd, and Davis. That's scary defense. Philly Fan D says, I give Howie credit, not overspending at wide receivers. Kirk way overpaid. Yeah, Kirk, as soon as Christian Kirk got paid all that money, and the Eagles actually tried acquiring him, but Doug said, not on my watch. I'm going to pay him a lot of money. And that kind of stinted the wide receiver market a little bit. I mean, Devontae Adams was going to get what he was going to get regardless, but So any illusion says, sorry, but no, we got our route runner number one and we got our burner. We need a big physical 50-50 threat, and that's what Drake London is. He's my pick if we pick a receiver, which I don't think we should. Leo Omega says, facts, Robinson can make a difference in the Eagles. Mayor Slate says, Drake London gives me mid-level production. I just don't think he's got speed. That's really all it is. If you're not running, look, I get it. Depending if the tape shows more, some guys have bad combines. Like you're not running like a low 4.5 to a 4.4, 4.3, and which London he didn't even test either. So I'm kind of wondering to see where he is with his testing. Tommy the Great said Wyatt reminds me of Donald, similar frame and mod explosive power, 100%. Samsung says, if Howie can get DK, I'd come to his house and give him a below-the-belt handshake. Below-the-belt handshake? Who says that? I thought I was going to hear like a below-the-belt, like hit below the belt or something. A below-the-belt handshake. Like a real, like, aggressive handshake. Like a kind of like a threatening handshake, but it's like, that touchdown ref said, my bad. I thought I was hearing good things about Dotson. Still would rather have Garrett. No, I mean, Dotson's good. I just don't think he's going to be a first round pick. Between all the other, it's just between what his competition is in the draft. I just don't think he's going to be a first round pick. He'll be in the second round probably. Thoughts on Julio to Eagles? I don't know, Rishi. I'm not sure about it. I'm not really comfortable with it. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're doing. Or says the last time we drafted a guy with the leg injury at their pro day with Sidney Jones, he didn't end up being good. No, they took a chance on him in the second round, and he really didn't look good. I mean, he really didn't look good. I mean, he didn't pan out. Took almost the first year off. We played him like the last game of the season. We won the Super Bowl. And then he had his chance. And like, I'm not saying he made some good plays in that secondary. He made some really good situational plays. But as a talent that he should have been for what we gave up for him, like obviously like in the second round that he was supposed to be a first round talent, did not pan out to be that way. So We got Morgan Holmes with Super Chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says this is how he should propose a trade for that specimen of a receiver, DK Zacharias DK Metcalf. Do you want to be an Eagle? That's what the question should be, and I hope that's what it is. I hope that's what it is, bro. Andrew said we created 11 million cap space from Slay. Yes, we did. Buck says the way the game is now, you don't need a 50-50 threat. The way I see it is you hear someone looked at contested catch. That's because they can get open. Oh, that's true. Definitely. Or they use like their body. They use their body frame to go get catches too. Like, I think that's great. You know what I mean? I think it's great. Really though says, bro, you Cap and Joe, you keep saying how inaccurate Hurts is. So we need a big body receiver, Burks or London, a win. I mean, yeah, it's true. He's not accurate. I mean, it's true. I mean, I'm not saying he was inaccurate all the time, but most of the time, yes, there was a few catches. Obviously, Jalen Reagor could have caught that were accurate. I mean, I'm just, they had to, I just want Hurts to have no excuses, because if they put another weapon around him, it'll give him more of a chance to be successful. I think he needs that big body guy, because he throws to Dallas Goedert pretty good. And, Dallas Goedert's like a big body tight end. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. We'll see. Vincent J. Jaw doesn't have anywhere near the metrics. London can line up anywhere, run any route, and his advanced metrics put him in the historic company like London was in the historic pace. Cody says, look at the Eagles' second-round pick last year. They took a big risk on him. He ended up being really good and lasted the whole season. Reddit, I know the injuries are different. Yeah, they are different, because obviously there was more time between the injury and when Landon Dickerson got drafted in the second round. I mean, I said either this was going to work out or it was going to be a total flop. But Dickerson, they turned him into a really good left guard next to Jordan Mailata, another guy that's really young. You know what I mean? A rugby star in the 7th round turned into it's crazy. No. So is there any cornerbacks you like in the first that we can realistically get? I mean, Sauce will probably go top 10. I mean, you can go get Andrew Booth Jr. if they want to take a chance on Trent McDuffie from Washington. They can. Stingley could probably go out of the top 10. Could happen. Could be realistic if the Eagles want to take a chance. So, Jen said, I want Joystick Lee, with running back from the NCAA 09 Dynasty. He was getting a pass touchdown defense. Yes, return touchdowns, and rushing touchdowns. Eagles gang said, I really hope Jalen Hurts has a breakout. Dude, I'm wishing nothing more than Jalen Hurts to have a really good season next year. I really hope he does. I hope he turns out to be our guy. That's what I'm hoping, but we're going to have to see. Big Hank said, Tony Romo just got a new tattoo on his lower back of Johnny Manziel. What the hell? Brad says, Vin, the insider, been accurate on everything. Why do people think I don't know. Because he said that he was in Philly and he wasn't. He was at Disneyland. So his news is on and off. So, Bunjak Keek said, what do you think about the Watson trade? I mean, I don't even care about it anymore. Be honest, because we talked about it so much. We talked about it so much as of right now. I don't even care. As long as he's not coming here and we didn't give up all those assets, I'm fine with it. Do you want Honey Badger? Definitely. I mean, that's what I'm kind of looking for right now. Or at least one target. Vincent, can't believe anybody would compare London to J-Jaw like that, because that's beyond ridiculous. That's what I think. I think he just guesses on every rumor. That's what I think. Tanner the Great said last year was like the first year in a long time where our team stayed pretty healthy finally. Vincent Salamontino says, comparing London with J.J. Armand's appeal, comparing Baker to Johnny Manziel. Like, what the hell? Basically, the Sauce and Davis would bring Eagles defense back. Janice says, Trevon Walker, London, Olave, and Lloyd would be good. Vincent says, if I was bigger, I'd throw my career away for Tanya Harding Watson. Little Dow says we can do jiu-jitsu with the cap forever, but Avero Data says that it's absolutely normal. No big moves for Dallas for sure. Awesome, you guys too. Grandier says Mortal Kombat new era, new Freddy Krueger full playthrough. You like playing it? I have never played it. Plus, the injuries are always more impactful when it happens with skilled players, DB, wide receiver, edge, running back. For when you lose that initial explosion, you're toast in the NFL. Offensive line, tight end, you can kind of get away with it a bit. I can agree with that. Philly Van D said Metcalf wants a huge payday. I'm all in on Hurts. I would assume he'd rather play for a proven passer. That's true. Kikoa Drake London gives me Doral Green Doral Green Beckham vibes. Oh God, Doral Green Beckham. Jesus. God, we took a chance on him, didn't we? Joey, check our Derek Gunn tweet. What would Derek Gunn say? Paul says when it's knee, Achilles, or foot injuries. Rocky says I wouldn't mind drafting Ojabo in the second round, especially if we use all three. Well, that's what I'm saying, but we might not. I don't think we're keeping 3 first-round picks. I don't think it's going to happen. Visit DK Metcalf gave people Doral Green vibes and how that to turn out like London is absolutely a monster like DK was. It's crazy. Bug Eye all day said we need to get rid of the 1 first for a first next year for insurance on Hurts. I don't believe in him as a passer. I believe that they have to trade back one of those picks just in case if Hurts doesn't work out. I think they have to play it safe next year. They have to. From Vidwatch before Philly spam source, Nick Kellison is likely to sign with the San Diego Padres this weekend. Donnie says, Joey, this receiving class is deep. Could be maybe even Christian Watson drops in the second. He probably will, dude. I think the Eagles can definitely get their hands on him. If they want to go, if they don't, I think they got way too many needs on the trenches. You know, I think if you trade away one of your first round picks, I think they have way too many needs in the trenches to actually go and get a receiver in the first round. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Vincent says Devontae Wyatt is way better than Jordan Davis. So a lot of people are saying that. Everyone's saying that Devontae Wyatt is definitely a better pass rusher. I think Jordan Davis is a better run stuffer, in my opinion. Anderson said, what are we thinking about Woods coming out off that Achilles? I don't feel good about it. If they're giving up if a first round pick is in that deal, stay the hell away from it. 30 years old, ACL. It's a hit or miss. It's really a hit or miss. Can he stay healthy? Number one. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure, bro. Yo, Bryce, what's going on, bro? John here, your top 3 picks you like selecting, and then 3 picked players Eagles most likely draft. Defensive end, defensive tackle, and linebacker. That's what I really want. Defensive tackle, because now, I mean, you got 2 players. You're starting defensive tackles are going to be they're on 1-year deals right now. I mean, Hargrave's contract's up after this year. Fletcher Cox's contract up after this year. Eagles trade a 3rd round for Lockett. I don't believe that. Is Wyatt a guy who could play inside and outside like Trevon Walker? Is Wyatt a guy that could play inside and outside like Trevon? I don't know if he can. I'm not sure, but I would give it a shot and try it. I don't see why not. Jake said Christian Watson is a Jordy Nelson type, which is, Jordy Nelson was a good player for a long time. I would rather get George Pickens 2nd round. Vince Long said if we can get Barnett back on a cheaper deal, I'd be happy. No, I want nothing to do with Derek Barnett. Nothing to do with Derek Barnett. Absolutely nothing as of right now. I wouldn't even touch him right now. I don't know, man. I don't know why they freed up $12 million. I don't get it. So it looks like 7 to 10 million remaining in cap space. It's not much, so it can't. Maybe it's really not. It's not much of anything. You know what I mean? No, there's no. Who is saying that we traded for Tyler Lockett? We didn't trade for Tyler Lockett. Guarantee we didn't trade for Tyler Lockett. It's bigger. Up says let's get both Wyatt and Davis. Mr. Elo says, love the vibes. Dog been waiting for about an hour. Check back in. Hey, appreciate it, man. Punjab Kings fan says Harris is not that bad. No, I don't think he's horrible. No, I just didn't think he was too flashy last year for the Eagles. That's pretty much what I thought. Yes, White could play inside out. He could play nose tackle and wide 9. He's a rare guy. Philly fan, over 200 likes. Please get over 300. Appreciate it, man. We have 403 in the chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. If you guys haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. It does help out the channel out a lot. Let's try to get to 220 likes right now. Let's try to do that. We got 204 right now. Much love to everybody that's in the chat. So we asked on this poll, so which move? Okay, for Honey Badger DK, we got 4% yes, 5% no. Honey Badger 37%, and DK 55% as of right now with 410 votes, which is awesome. So everybody wants DK, bro. Everybody wants DK. How about that? I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised whatsoever. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. Bug Eye says we don't. If we don't get another safety, that would make me believe Howie might be making a play for Hamilton. It might because I don't have Marcus Epps being a starting safety for the Eagles. Let's see. Paul said Lockett. Eagles have such a small finesse wide receiver core as it is. Don't like the trade at all. So it said thoughts on David Ojabo. David Ojabo, Achilles injury, is supposed to be back in 6 months. I don't think we're drafting him in the first 2 rounds. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But we'll see. Little CJ says Andre Dillard and Barnett and a 19th pick to move up in the top 5. Oh, Barnett's a free agent, number 1. Dillard is definitely up for trade. We haven't done nothing with him yet. Obviously, Gardner Minshew's still available, so I don't think they're moving. I don't think they're moving in the top 5. I don't even think they're doing that this year. This is what that dude's name from Baylor who broke the record of 40-yard dash. The guy from Baylor, not the guy that got drafted to the Browns, right? No. Oh no, Tristan. Oh no, the guy from this year. What am I talking about? Thornton, or I forgot his name. He ran like a 4.21 or something like that, like crazy. Mary Armstrong said we got some extra cash to sign these draft picks. We got a super chat from Morgan Holmes. Appreciate it very much, man. It says the Kalen Zacharias DK Metcalf. Bro, I'd be, oh my God. If I see that news today, I'll be, Joey, I agree. We should get a receiver in the second if we don't get a Metcalf and use 2 or 3 first rounders on defense. Maybe Davis, Lloyd, Stingley, or Wyatt. I could definitely agree. Philly Van D said, you think more important getting a stud wide receiver or pass rusher? Take pass rusher all day. Like in the draft, you talking about free agency. Vincent says we need defense backs and linebackers. We can go D-line or all 3. Brad says Howie moving like a weirdo. He definitely cooking something. I agree, dude. I think something is going to happen. I don't think this is towards the draft. I think this is literally towards some type of signing. Paul Mancini said, I think Eagles trade 3rd rounder and Samala move up into the early 3rd round. They could do that. They could do that too. Philly 215 says, if we can get DK and bring Rodney back on a 1-year deal, yeah, but if not, I'll get Honey Badger. Silver TRD says, do you think we draft a running back this year? I'm sorry, I love Miles Sanders, but I'm not a fan of paying them. Plus, the reliability is a huge issue for him. Vincent says, we got a stud pass rusher in Reddick, though. Oh, definitely, 100%. I mean, you can move him from Sam linebacker to edge rusher. He's going to make a huge difference. I really hope they use him more as an edge type guy. I hope they do. Because he would help tremendously. I mean, he's going to be a beast. I can't wait till he plays. He's going to be special. Jared has to take a shot on Jabril Peppers and Fuller. Yeah, Jabril Peppers is coming off injury last year. And, Will Fuller is another injured wide receiver. When he's healthy, he's fantastic. When he's injured, he's barely on the field. You know what I mean? So it's both injured players. Cody says, hey, Joe, do you think the Panthers will trade one of the Eagles' first-round picks, Gardner Minshew, and their 6th overall pick to try and jump the Giants again, maybe some more compensation? I wouldn't be surprised. 6 would be a good way to go up if they want to get Thibodeau or something like that, if that's what they're looking for in this draft. I could see it happening. You know what I mean? Jump over the Giants. Griffin General says, I think we'll strike out on safeties. We trade up in a little bit in the second round and get a safety from Penn State. Keith says, you think Bryce Love will do well in the league? Bama QBs don't have the best luck. I don't know. I mean, you guys watch more college football than I do, so you guys would probably know better than I do on that. Rocky says, we need wide receiver. We have no true number 2. Watkins was on and off every game. Granted, Hurts missed him in some games, but still, I get it. But I think Quez would have had over 1,000 yards this year. I think he would have had over 1,000 yards this year, no doubt. I think he would have. I'm not even kidding. You know what I mean? I don't take it too much into like, look, I know there were some drop balls here, but besides like one catch in the end zone that he totally dropped, went through his hands for Quez Watkins, he would have had a lot more yards this year. I think what they should do with Boston Scott is, and I think I agree with somebody on Twitter right now. It said talked about Boston Scott. They should make Boston Scott the number 2 running back next year. They really should. They should always have him in the game. They should always have him around the game. So we need Kavon to step up. He ain't gonna step up, dude. Kavon Wallace is not stepping up. It's like it's about time now that it's just. I don't think he's going to do anything with his career. He's going to be a special teamer, and that's it. I mean, that's as much as I think he's going to go. I was shocked the numbers Reddick got. Great sign by Howie. Yeah, and I think. Look, I don't think Reddick would have been in our hands if he took less money to come here. He took less money. Someone asked him the question of did he get paid by other, paid more, and he's not going to say what. He's not going to say that someone offered him a bigger contract. But I'm telling you right now, he was offered more money somewhere else. We got him. We luckily got him. Good move, though. Good out of the box move by Howie Roseman. He didn't have to go after that player. You know what I mean? He could do whatever he wants. Zaytex the God said the Eagles are freeing cap space for Honey Badger. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Or DK Metcalf, one or the other. Tyquan Thornton, that's his name. Bill receiver, 4.28. Crazy. Let's see how much that's actually going to go for. Let's see literally like how if that's even going to mean anything at the end of the day. Fred Flores, I hate to say it, but if we don't get a linebacker in the first round, there will be some good linebackers in the second round. No, I mean, linebackers definitely go to the second round. A little bit of a drop-off, but I would definitely want to get Christian Harris if that's the case. Man said, Lurie on the phone with Big Red asking about Honey Badger. Well, Honey Badger's a free agent, dude. He doesn't have to call anybody. That's the whole thing. That's what's better about it. Rocky says, Reddick was a great signing. Still can't believe it. Dude is an animal. Yeah, I'm excited, man. They're talking Vince. I think Eagles are targeting with him with the 19th pick if we trade for a few spots in the 20s. No thanks on Joe Hayden. Yeah, no, I'm not. I think they're going to try to go after, from what it looks like, they're going after a veteran cornerback. That's what I think they're doing. The veteran cornerback, I think that's where they're going in this draft right now. So. That's what I think. See what we got here. Ooh, do. Eddie says, what's your take on Joe Hayden? I don't know. Like I'd rather get Xavier Rhodes or Patrick Peterson as of right now. I'd probably get Xavier Rhodes probably out of Patrick Peterson, to be honest, because he's worked really well in Jonathan Gannon's system. He came to the Colts on a 1-year deal, and when Jonathan Gannon was the cornerback coach before he became the DC for Philly. So really instant success. So we'll see. See, Lucas says, Pat, Pete, and Matthew, let's pull the trigger already. We all like Cox, right, guys? Pause. Brad says, our starting depth chart is very good right now. We just need corner safeties, wide receiver depth. I would trade for a young safety, a decent corner on the trade block if Jalen balls out. The NFC is ours. I think it could be. But can Jalen get it done? That's going to be the question. That's going to be the question of what they do here. I'm not sure what they're going to do right now, but we'll find out. We'll find out, though. Bradstar starting. I already said that. Yeet says, Broston says, now that Ojabo tore his Achilles and we signed Reddick, what do we think the Eagles are going to do with the first round picks? I think they go defensive. I think they go defensive end, defensive tackle. That's what I think they go. I think they go literally defensive end, defensive tackle. Boom, instantly. Because you have two defensive tackles in Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox that are gone after 1 year. So, we'll see. We'll see. And I see no one Hayden Eagles have had luck going to their older DBs. Kurt Jones says, who do you think about trading for Van Jefferson or Woods? Van Jefferson I would trade for. Woods I wouldn't. 30 years old coming off of an ACL. I wouldn't even touch that. And if they want a second to a first round pick, I ain't giving that up. I don't care how good he is. Kikoa says Poppy and Honey Badger would be very good secondary, then even possibly getting McCreary or another development corner in the third, maybe second. Vincent Salmentino says Boya Maffey is arguably better than Ojabo. Count says, how do you feel about the Eagles going all defense in the first round? One pick at all three levels, defensive line, linebacker, and defensive end. I'd be fine with that. If we were able to keep the extra first round pick, I would definitely hit on linebacker. 100%. If they said, hey, we're going to draft with all three first round picks, it'd be defensive end, defensive tackle, and linebacker. Those would be my three picks right there. And just, sign somebody at safety or go into the second round with that. You could do a lot with those picks. Vince says, so I don't really hope OBJ signs with Packers. I wonder who will get for A-Rod. I don't know. They need a number one receiver for A-Rod, and they don't have one right now. James says, you think Packers take a step back without Adams? They will, but I think they're going to get somebody. Or they might, Scantling might go back to the Packers. They might re-sign him back. You know what I mean? They might re-sign him back, but he's not a number one. He's not a number one, but they might just sign him back just to sign him back. Philly fan decent. When Cox hits the bicep against Dallas with Division 19 and came back and played great, made him all-time great for the Birds. Vincent says, I think Packers are the same because now they're 7-0 without Adams last 2 years. Don Williams says, how about Stephon Diggs? They're not going to get rid of Stephon Diggs. That's definitely not going to happen. Spike says, defensive end, defensive tackle, and cornerback. It's another good one. I could do that too. As long as we're getting defensive end and defensive tackle. So, Brad said, NFC is so wide open, it could be ours. It could. Get DK, says Tate Milligan. I do said Patrick Pearson and convert him to free safety. Yeah, there's some people saying that. Both of Dax Hill's not an NFL safety. He's a chess piece and slot guy, nickel back. He's on the smaller side of 5'11", 190. Oh, boy. This should be interesting. And there's nothing else going on. Howie frees up some cap space. Now we have to wait a whole nother day. We got to wait a whole nother day for this. So. James says, the draft is on my birthday this year. Dude, I hope it's a good birthday on top of hopefully their birthday. We'll make a really good birthday wish. That makes sense for the Eagles. Second says, yeah, they're definitely not getting rid of Diggs. I wish they would, though. Griffith says, do you think we're going to get anyone today? I don't know. I think they're freeing up and probably going to be trying to make something happen. Maybe. I'm not sure. Fred says, Joey, imagine how we signed Honey Badger and DK today. If they sign Honey Badger and DK today, I'd be good. Free agency would be over for me. I'd be done. Free agency would be officially over for me. I'd be like, I'm good with this. Let's focus on the draft. I'm good with it. But Tate says how he cares more about signing himself than signing big-time free agents. Griffith says Devin Lloyd and Kobe Dean. Mon says it's going to be a bunch of small deals. Sean says PFF actually has Quez rated really high from last year, top 3 in some categories that had me like, well, it's not really surprising because I think he could have had a lot more yards. Theoretically, I think he could have had more yards. I mean, that's just me. Zachary says Paul Mancini Brisker way bigger than Honey Badger. Sean says you think they'll try for Baker. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Yeah, Rip John Clayton, by the way, great journalist for sure. Seemed like a great guy. Yeah, definitely Rip John Clayton guy. Kate says no point in getting a receiver if you don't have a QB. CJ Davis, so what if we are clearing up cap trade for DK extension and signing Honey Bad? Dude, I'm telling you right now, dude, this would be perfect. Free agency would be complete. It would be complete as of right now. Mercy said, wait, what do you think? 15 Wyatt, 16 Lloyd, Lloyd second round, Kyle third Nick Cross. Wyatt 15, Lloyd 16, 19. You just said Lloyd twice. And you just said Lloyd twice. Second round, Kai Alam. Yeah, Alam is not going to be a first round pick. Definitely going to be in the second round. Nick Cross to the third. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I want to hit on these first pretty much 4 picks, 3 picks, whatever it's going to be. Dylan says, I know we are all on a big free agent sign, but we got those from within our building during the season last year. Left tackle, tight end, and cornerback slot locked for years to come. That's huge. Oh, definitely. I mean, when you look at, Dallas Goedert getting a big contract, Jordan Mailata getting a contract, Vontae Maddox getting a contract. I mean, they locked up some good positions for the Eagles, and only adding to that's going to make us better. Mayor says, Joey, what do you think? 15 Wyatt, 16 Lloyd, 19 Davis, second round Kyron. I like it. That one I like. I like that a lot. It's going to be Jordan Davis. No, wait. So you're saying they're going to get 2 defensive tackles? You're going to get Wyatt and Davis? I don't think that's going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. They're going to get 1. They're going to get defensive end and defensive tackle. I don't think they're getting 2 defensive tackles. That's way too much. I mean, don't think, two defensive tackles are going to be free agents. Doesn't mean both. It doesn't mean what both of them are going to be gone. Fletcher Cox will be gone before Javon Hargrave's gone. That's definite. And if Hargrave has a good year this year with a good edge rush to help him out, get that middle pass rush going, I think he'll get re-signed. Zachary says, Mayor Slate, you have been taking 2 defensive tackles in the first. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Donovan says, maybe if we trade our 16 in our future first round pick and Gardner Minshew for DK, 16 in our future. If we trade our 16 pick in our future first round, so you're saying 16 and then 2023 first and Minshew for DK? No, I'm not giving up 2 first rounds. I give up a first rounder. A first rounder should get it done. A first rounder plus a mid rounder, and maybe a player can get it done. Maybe. Why I could play edge though. I have him at edge. I mean, you could. I mean, that's only if the Eagles want to do that though. That's what I'm saying. Like if they don't want him to be an edge guy or switch him to an edge guy, then I don't know. So I'm not sure. Michael's DK ain't worth 2 first. Nah. I wouldn't do 2 first rounds with Gardner. That's ridiculous. As I said, why Jordan Davis will be off the board by the time we select, and maybe wide depending on the whole the who selects. I would only trade up for Garner, Stingley, or Hamilton. Trade back with 16 and trade back with 19. You want to trade back with 2 picks if there's not enough guys left? I don't know if they'll trade back 2 picks, maybe 1, but 2. I'm not sure. You mean they're going to trade 1 for just potential, 2023 draft picks, but at the same time they trade back during the draft? I'm not sure. We got Zelek Zenica says, by the way, greetings from Bosnia. Bosnia, definitely. That's awesome, man. Appreciate you coming in, though. I'm not sleeping on Jermaine Johnson, bro. I think he's going to be really good. I think he's realistically could be at 15. I think he'll realistically be there. I wouldn't mind it, though. I wouldn't mind it. Howie shipping Hurts out? Why? Why would he be shipping Hurts out? Legal guy said, we know Howie well enough to know big names are out on the question. Zachary says, easy money, bro. You got logged in. You're already thinking about Hurts. I said, oh, God, easy money is back to try to troll. I don't know. He likes Matt Corral. I don't know. He's a big fan of Matt Corral. He's a Matt Corral fan. That's definite. A Matt Corral fan. Yes. We have 361 strong in the chat. Much love to everybody that's in the chat today for the 6th day of the live reaction of free agency. Looks like Darius Slay has been restructured and saving almost $12 million. Are the Eagles up to a move? I do not know. So we're going to be doing probably Sunday. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Should I not do a free agency live stream tomorrow, or should I do it tomorrow? I'm not sure. For a Sunday, I'm not sure if they're even doing anything. So what I'm thinking is I might not do it tomorrow. I don't know. I might do it. Who knows? I think what I'm looking for right now is probably going to do it tomorrow for a couple hours, and then we'll keep continuing this until like we know that it's pretty much like dead done deal, that they're not doing much of anything, or they sign a few guys and we think like there's nothing really much going on. So if you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. Much love to everybody that's in the chat today. Let's try to get this. Let's try to get the stream to 300 likes. We're at 223 right now. 300 likes. Let's try to do it. To all the people that have joined, appreciate everybody and giving their 2 cents on the team and just being there. You know what I mean? And just kind of going through this whole thing together, which I do like. So definitely. So let's do it up. Let's see here. The poll says 53% for DK, 38% for Honey Badger. Everybody wants DK. I don't even have to look at it. We have a super chat from Kerry Bernard. Appreciate it very much, Mason. What up, Joey? Great content. We are getting Pat, Pete, or Matthew today. I don't believe Slay would restructure his contract if that's not the move. And look, maybe like Slay knows like what they're trying to do. It's like, do you mind if we restructure? We're trying to get this player today that you'll probably really like and want to come here. I mean, who knows? Man? It just depends. Evan Rose, I would trade back with lines for 32-34 instead of future first. Mr. Edo says, but a man who can't admit their mistakes is great. What is that quote from? Philly says, how much do you think it will cost to get DK and the Honey Badger, even though I think DK is still on a rookie deal? I don't know. I think a first rounder, and a mid rounder for DK, 4th rounder, something like that will get it done. Honey Badger, I don't know. How much he's going to want is the question. He is a free agent, obviously. I don't know, like realistically with him and his attitude, I think he wants to go to a contender. I don't know if he wants to come to the Eagles. That's the thing. Like if they can land him somehow, great. But maybe he wants to prove himself. I could turn a defense into a top contender. I don't know. I don't know what the case may be. So we'll see, though. Devonta needs more touches. Smith, Andrew Booth Jr. should be a first rounder if Sauce and Stingley aren't there. He's the guy I would get. Lebo says how he likes mid-range ascending guys coming off rookie deals, looking for their first contract. Yeah, and giving them a new contract would be great. It'd be great. JJ Daddy said, don't relax. Take the day off. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. Like, I don't know if we'll see tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow. We'll see. It's Sunday. I don't know if the Eagles are active on Sundays. Do they still make deals on Sundays? I don't know if it's like, I don't know. I'm not really sure. You know what I mean? Because I have a feeling if I don't do it, I feel like a move is going to happen. And I'm going to be like, of course, I'm not streaming when this happens. So I hope they are, bro. I hope they are. I hope they get him. Oh, man. I really want DK Metcalf or like Honey Badger to sign here. I really do. I really, really want this to happen. So, not sure. Zachary says easy money. Matt Corral is a ding and dunk QB in college, yet you think he has a better arm than Hurts. He's been really liking. He really likes him a lot. Sean said, "Will be well. To be fair, Carroll has played behind the worst O line in his conference and still did well. That does say a lot, though." Devontae Smith, more cuts. Says Nakobe Dean is really good, but looks small to me on tape. So 215. Since Ojabo got her, I'll take Jermaine Johnson, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean in that order. That would be perfect. I'd be totally fine with that. Defensive tackle, defensive end, and getting a linebacker or corner. I think both would be good. Bro, easy money. You say the same thing over and over again when you get on here. It's got to be tiring. Justice says we wouldn't have to worry about trading for DK if Howie didn't draft Jay. Well, yeah, I know. Rewrite the wrongs that Howie did. You know what I mean? He gets him. Like that takes a lot. Let me cause says Zach, of course, he was caused his wide receivers were wide open deep. He never threw a good contested deep ball. So, I mean, I think I'm kind of I'm kind of off the train for getting a receiver in the for getting a I don't think at this point they're going after quarterback in the draft. I was kind of worried about it like probably a month or two ago. Now I'm kind of like I don't really feel it anymore. I really don't feel it anymore. I really don't. So, not really sure. Second said I watched the Ole Miss a lot because of 1 second and a second head, so I know what he's like. He wasn't national championship ready for real though. 3215 said if we get Honey Badger, I would resign Nelson to a 1-year deal. I want Steven Nelson. I'd rather get Steven Nelson back than have I'd rather have Steven Nelson back than go get Xavier Rhodes or Patrick Peterson. I really would. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm very serious about that. Very serious about it. We got a super chat from Black Mysterious 23. What's going on, man? He says Green Bay also needs a wideout. Could want DK. Yeah, I could see that happening too. There could be a lot. I'm trying to figure out if there are any teams that actually, if there are actual teams that went out to try to get DK already. And maybe Seattle said no. I mean, I don't see him staying there. I mean, they don't even have a quarterback right now. I don't think he's like sitting here like, man, I need to go to a good team. Like, with everybody leaving now, like, there's nothing much for him left there. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't look at PFF ratings. I really don't care about that stuff. When do you ever see me go and talk about PFF on a video? Like never. Eagles have agreed to terms on a 1-year contract. Fletcher Cox and running back Boston Scott. Yep. Donovan Williams says, Joey Shakes, who'd you get in the second round? That really depends on who you get in the first round. If they want to just go receiver in the second round, I'm telling you, you got Dotson there from Penn State. I mean, there's a lot of guys there that have speed. Go get some of those guys. You want to add to this core? I'd be totally great with it. I'd be fine with it. You know what I mean? I think what happens in the first round and free agency is going to kind of dictate what we do in the first, second rounds of this draft. I think it's really going to make a big difference. About if I was DK, I'd rather go to Green Bay because Aaron can throw the ball. Yeah, and probably you're right. But who knows if they've called him? If they called, who knows if they've contacted Seattle? If that's the case, you know what I mean? Yeah, Anthony Harris resigned as well. Because Stack Smith would have had 1,300 yards on a different team. Warren says Christian Watson, if he's there in the second round, yeah, they could definitely get him. Sheldon says, how do you feel about Christian Harris for the second round pick? I would love it. I've been very big on Christian Harris, and his testing went really well too. So he's been starting for Nick Saban since his freshman year at linebacker. He's a big player coming up, and I think he's got a high ceiling. 5215, if we get a receiver in the second round, I'll take Mechie. Yeah, is Mechie just here's the question though. Does Mechie have good route running? Like, look, I've watched a lot of tape and I love it, but is he's got a lot of speed? Does he have really good route running though? That's the question. Is his route running like 100%? We got a super chat from Colton B. Appreciate it, man. Is there any word on why we open cap space? I had no idea, bro. That's what we're trying to figure out right now. Like, you opened up like $12 million. So what is it for? I have no idea. Eagles, JPA Football even put out a tweet, said the Eagles are up to something. And I'm like, the Eagles are definitely up to something. So I'm figuring that they're definitely up to something. Tanner Gray said, if it was the Packers fan, go DK and Julio for that money. They were going to pay Adams. Zachary Tyler McLean says, Philly 215 Mechie is a third-round receiver, even with his injury. David Bell, George Pickens, and Christian Watson are better. Oh, yeah, he got hurt during the championship game, right? I totally forgot about that. He got hurt during the championship game. I think it says Christian Harris is a first-rounder, and yes, Mechie. I don't think Christian Harris is a first-rounder. I think he's a second-rounder. I don't think he's a first. Maybe he'll move up. If someone takes a chance in the late first, maybe, but I think he's a second-rounder. But we have our own opinions about it. I mean, I still think he'd be a great asset to the Eagles, 100%. I love him, definitely. Tanner Gray says, if I was a Packers fan, go DK and Julio for that money. They were going to pay Adams. Yeah, pretty much. Zachary Tyler says, Philly 215 Mechie is a third-round receiver, even with the injury. David Bell, George Pickens, and especially Christian Watson are better than Mechie. Zach says, Christian Harris, the first-rounder, and yes, Mechie has great route running. Rocky says, Chad Muma would be good pickup for linebacker for Wyoming if we miss out on linebacker in the first and on Harris. Limicod says, Harris lacks size, coverage, early second. I heard his coverage wasn't that great. Bobby said, if you trade a first for DK, you have to agree to an extension also, or if he would be a 1-year rental for the first round pick. No, I mean, if you're giving up a first round pick, who would not want to give him I would give him a big contract right now. I wouldn't care. If I'm trading for Mickey, I'm not renting him out to see if we're gonna try to sign him like for next year for multiple years. No, if I'm trading for him, I'm already giving him a big deal right now. You know, you got to space out. Like Devontae Smith has a few more years on his contract. You got to space these contracts out so you're not getting hit with multiple big contracts. So a lot of people aren't walking into free agency. That's going to be like the big thing. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Philly 215 is only if we got that deal out the way. Oh, man, the Ridley crap pisses me off, dude. The Eagles would have had Calvin Ridley, bro. It pisses me off, man. Like, what I don't get is this. What Calvin Ridley did with the gambling, okay, I can understand why the NFL is going to suspend him for it, but for a year is kind of ridiculous. From these other NFL players that do so wrong when it comes to domestic violence and all this crap these players do and get away with, and they still play games or are on short suspensions, they're going to suspend Calvin Ridley for a whole entire year. I mean, shout out to the Falcons for having the respect and not trading him here. And then all of a sudden that crap happens. You know, then that's the way you kind of burn bridges with other teams during trades. But I heard that the Eagles gave up a third-round pick for Calvin Ridley. A third-round pick for Calvin Ridley. I mean, it's like that was the rumor. It was a third-round pick for Calvin Ridley, straight up third-round pick. Like if that was the case, that was a steal. I mean, that was more than a steal. It's unfortunate though. You know what I mean? It's really unfortunate, but shoot, man, it sucks. It really sucks. Browns are telling teams they'll take a day 2 pick for Baker Mayfield. Second round pick for Baker Mayfield. It's pissing me off, man. Calvin Ridley should have been an Eagle. Calvin Ridley would have played so well. Maybe next year. Maybe they get him next year. I don't know. It's a shame though. Lemicott says Greg Hardy got 10 games and beat his. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like 10 games. He played 10 games and beat his wife. And he saw his wife. She showed the pictures of all the bruises on her. It was horrible. Gambling is worse than beating your child. Dude, I'm telling you, it's really messed up. Yeah, he's appealing it. From what I've heard, he is appealing it, which I would in a heartbeat. That's BS. But he's stupid because he goes to Vegas to do these bets on his own team. And why don't you use another person to do it for you? Like, why do you have to, he probably put his name down. They saw his name and they contacted the NFL and that was it. You know what I mean? I think he was stupid. I think that's stupid. But I'm disappointed that we didn't get James Watson for Dallas. Sign him. He was my number one guy I want at receiver right now. Eagles need to wake up. Jeff says Baker isn't enough of an upgrade over Hurts. NFL World says possible another move from Howie. That's what I'm hoping for, bro. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen. Yeah, they saw his name, and then that was it. They contacted the NFL. Like they ratted him out pretty much. That's what Vegas did. They pretty much ratted him out to the NFL, and then the NFL found out about it, and they act like it's the worst thing that a person's done. It's gambling. It's not like it's this is a receiver, a gamble. He didn't even bet that much money. Like it was just like I don't get it. Rocky says, I probably would have pulled off a trade, really, especially for a third-round pick. He's still young. Dude, I'm saying, like, a third-round pick was a steal. I mean, that was a steal trade if it went down. Hawk said, why did you want James Washington? Sean says, how do you know he ain't bet on this? I mean, I don't know. I mean, all I know is he bet like $1,500 and it was on something to do with the Falcons. Something on the Falcons he bet. I don't know if it was the Super Bowl. I don't think it matters regardless. I don't think it even matters. Pull Plan B says they have to rat them out for that. Rules are rules. Yeah, I get it, but to be suspended, yeah, rules are rules, but to be suspended for 1 year is dumb. Is disgusting, actually. From what these other players get away with for the past decade or more. Ridiculous. Hawks 2-5. Hurts made playoffs because he played all backups end of the year. Tanner Gray said maybe we are holding out, hoping Ridley appeals. That would be awesome. I mean, who knows? Maybe he appeals. And maybe the league says they're giving him a warning that not to do it again, and maybe the trade could go down. You know what I mean? Maybe. OG says probably if he doesn't bet on his team, he wouldn't be so bad. Paul says, who cares about Calvin Ridley? He quit on this team. Coaches and Falcons fast last year. No, who knows if that's even the case, bro? We don't know what's going on in his normal life. You know what I mean? We don't know what's going on in his normal life. Yeah, spending him for the entire season was crazy to me. It definitely should have been like 6 to 10 games. I know Calvin is smarter than that, though. No gambling is one of the biggest rules. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't because it's like a cheat code. Like you're taking advantage of, you're taking advantage of it because you're playing in the NFL. You know what I mean? And you can make money and like you do all this stuff under the table, but you should have just used someone else's name if that was the case. Zora Kaluj says, plus it's not like he was betting against Atlanta and was sabotaging and playing like shit. He bet Atlanta to win, and there should be circumstances that are illegal for players to bet. Yeah, I think there should be some type of rule that should allow them to bet in the NFL. You know what I mean? Those says when they promote gambling before games on TV. Zachary says just Blades hurts from the main reason we were in the playoffs. Yes, we lost the division with a rookie coach, rookie DC, rookie QB, and rookie number 1 receiver. Lebo Guy says integrity of the game. Imagine he bet his team loses. They could say he threw the game. I don't know. I heard he was betting them to win on games, not lose. Tim said anyone that's on the Falcons would have a negative mindset. I don't blame him if he wanted to step away from that team. Ashford says people think this bum the Cowboys sign is going to do something. Typical Cowboy hype as always. It's been like that the whole entire time, bro. It's been like that the whole entire time. So not really shocked. Not shocked at all. Brown still awaiting response from Jadeveon Clowney on contract offer. Let me ask you a question. What does the Eagles sign either left tackle, top 10 cornerback, and a Pro Bowl edge? They did those things. They signed a lot of Goddard, Maddox, Sweat before they hit free agency, but that doesn't count. Yeah, and that's a whole nother that's a whole nother thing too. What some of these fans don't get because we're so quiet in free agency. Look what the Eagles did. Like if the Eagles didn't lock up Jordan Mailata, Avonte Maddox, Josh Sweat, like they locked up players. Like they spent some money. Like we have to remember that those new contracts are going to count towards the cap this year. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like we made extra moves going into free agency. We, going into this, free agency, going into this offseason as of right now, they made other moves. So this is why, it's not like, we would have lost. Mulata would have been gone. Maddox would have been gone because he was on his last year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was no way the Eagles were going to do that much in free agency this year. They had some cap space, but they locked in a lot of players. People got to take that into account too, which people don't. That's just the truth, though. You know what I mean? That's just the truth to it all. Not making any excuses for a rich guy. That's funny, though. Well, the Eagles are on a run first team with their O-line, OQB hurts limitation as a passer. Why would a top flight receiver have an interest in playing with an offense with so many better options out there? We'll see, man. Terrell Owens is still there at safety. Yeah, they can still get him. High upside with him. Yeah, they got Jaron Curse. Yeah, I saw they got Jaron Curse. They got that edge rusher, that washed up edge rusher that probably ain't going to do anything for them either. Eagles need a scapegoat wideout, someone that can catch anything when Hurts is in trouble. Yeah, well, that's if Hurts can. I don't know, bro. I mean, I've been happy with free agency so far, but I think they need to get a receiver and quarterback too. I am so happy they did not get Jabril Peppers. No. I mean, Valdez Scanlon is another one that I don't mind. I mean, he's not going to be expensive either. I mean, if they didn't go after DJ Chark at $10 million for 1 year, then I don't know if they're going to go after any receivers in free agency. Like, if he was available and he went to signing a 1-year deal with the Lions, then I don't know if they're even interested in getting somebody. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously they were because they tried trading for Calvin Ridley, and then they kind of strayed off after that trade and just said, we're not really interested. And then the news came out that they tried putting a bid in for Christian Kirk, but that was not going to happen. Yeah, Dante Fowler's not good, man. He used to be good when he was with the Rams. He was a beast. He went to the Falcons, I think Rams, then back to the Falcons again, and then he didn't do anything with the Falcons at all. Like, it was horrible. So. Yeah, nothing here so far as of right now. I like Burks too for us too, dude. I really do. I do like him. MGS says Eagles can win. Stronger D. Keep focused on the run game and draft 3 first-round defensive stars, tight end and cornerback in the second great tight end class. Limit Cost says Eagles not done in free agency. I don't think they are either. I think there's something. I think there's one more thing they'll probably do. I think there's one more move they'll probably do. Second says, I just wish I knew what Howie was doing. I know that's what we're all trying to figure out right now. Josie, how would you feel about the Eagles got Julio Jones? I wouldn't even touch it, man. Like, he's 32 years old. He didn't play well last year. He didn't, he was injured. He just, if he's looking for a lot of money right now, if this was 5-6 years ago, sure. Now, he's getting older now. We got to remember, some of these players that, were on franchises for years are now starting to get old now. And that's just the truth to it all. You know what I mean? I'm hoping for Jarvis Landry, Julio Jones, or Robert Woods at this point. They could draft Treylon Burks in this year's draft as well. Zachary, Tyler McClain says, just Blades. That's the stupidest everyone said. So I guess Steelers, Raiders, Patriots, 49ers, and Cardinals all didn't make playoffs because they lose their divisions. I believe Jurgen said we just freed up a ton by restructuring Slay. Another move coming for sure. That's what I'm hoping, man. Do you think they extend Slay? No, Slay's not a free agent. Slay's on contract for another few years. I think for another 2 or 3 years. He's still on contract. I thought he was a free agent after this year, a while back. I thought he was, but I was wrong. I guess I was reading something wrong about it. Paul says, yeah, we've already seen this, Joey. There's really not flight guys. No, there's really nothing much. The Scanling is he's fast, but I'm just I don't think if they went for a Calvin Ridley trade, didn't happen, and Calvin Ridley was their main target. I mean, they didn't try getting DJ Chark for more money. They didn't try competing for Allen Robinson. I mean, they didn't. They went after Marcus Williams, and that was pretty much it. They were close to that number. They didn't get it. So I don't think they even have any interest in other receivers. Then we saw the reports that they weren't interested in Juju anymore after last year. They had a big contract for him, and then they were interested before free agency happened this year. A lot of interest for Juju, and all of a sudden they were pretty much out on Juju as well. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't like the wide receiver market. Maybe they just changed their mind on some of these wide receivers, change of plan. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of options are running down right now. Oh, doing fine. Joey, let's keep it real. No one in this division doesn't have a solid QB to win a Super Bowl. Maybe Giants and Deion Jones and that's a big maybe. No, I don't think the NFC, no one in the NFC is winning the Super Bowl. That's nothing yet, Marcus. Nothing yet, bro. Unfortunately. It just says no one needs a free end stretch, just make moves. Yeah, Landry gets hurt. He's got injury history too. He's got injury history. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Injury history on. We're hitting the 3-hour mark for the stream as of right now. 3 hours, 4 minutes. Been on a while here. No moves. Eagles have restructured big play Slay, freed up almost $12 million. Where is this going? I have no idea. We have 224. I can't tell who. Oh, we got 353 in the chat right now. Much love to everybody that's in the stream right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're new, we cover the Eagles every single day. Eagles everything. We don't take a break all year. Off season is like one of my favorite times of the year. It's a lot of speculation. It's a lot of everything. It's everything. It's everything. Speculation, rumors, everything like that. The Eagles freed up some cap space. DK Metcalf trade. Can it be? I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what. Honey Badger. That's what I'm hoping for. So, guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Check out some of the content if you guys haven't. Description below. There are memberships for extra content, draft highlight reactions, and other miscellaneous videos as well. So definitely check all that out. Like the stream if you guys haven't. Let's try to get the stream to 300 likes. We're going to go for another half hour to maybe 35, 40 minutes, something like that. Try to get the stream to 300 likes if we can. We're at 249 right now. Much love to everybody on a Saturday. So you guys are taking time out of your Saturday to go out, to talk with me about Eagles free agency. So I do appreciate it. You know what I mean? Do appreciate it. We will have the Philly Shakedown podcast tonight. So far, I don't know. Philly 500 is kind of under the weather today. So I told him, if you got to cancel it, cancel it. We'll do it tomorrow, or maybe we'll do it Sunday night. We'll move it to another day. We're not just going to completely cancel it because obviously, I know all you guys look forward to the show and stuff like that. So it'll be on his channel. So, I'll give you guys an update. If it's not going to happen, I'll put a post up on the channel as well. So definitely looking out for that. Fletcher Cox is back, bro. Fletcher Cox is back. 1 year, $14 million, fully guaranteed. Okay. Defensive tackle is going to be free agents this year. Javon Hargrave, a free agent. I think if Javon Hargrave plays well, that we'll give him an extension. I think he is up for an extension next year. I got a feeling he will. I definitely think he will. So. Thanks, Watts. Says Green Bay better no trade a third and a Jordan Love for DK. I'll be sick. You and me both, bro. You and me both. Jesus says, how do you feel about Cox being back? I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. It is what it is. On the contract he was on, they don't have to pay the $18 million towards the cap this year, which is great. They took that dead money from 40 to 12, which is fantastic. So I'm fine with it. So BD says sucks about Jabo, but that just means we'll get Walker. Trevon Walker is definitely going to be maybe a major target here. I don't know. Maybe they move elsewhere. Maybe they want Kayvon Thibodeau. Maybe they want to move up in the top 10, in top 7 to get Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't know. Maybe trade with the Panthers. If the Panthers want Gardner Minshew, trade that for that 6 overall pick and go get Kayvon if that's the case. Obviously, with Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon, the conference isn't strong, so a lot of people say he is good, and I think he is. But obviously with the conference, NFL World. So the Eagles are currently receiving calls on Andre Dillard and Nate Herbig in regards to trade. Per sort, the expected return is a day 2 pick for Dillard and a day 3 pick for Herbig. Wait a second. This is what I don't get. as of right now. What I don't get is this. I don't know where you're seeing that news. This is what I don't get. They put a second round tender on Herbig, though. That's what I don't get. Herbig, it can't be a day 3 pick because they put the second round tender on Herbig. So whatever team wants to trade for Herbig at 23 years old, okay, has got to give up a second round pick. So I think that's wrong. If they want a second round pick for Dillard, great. But if they get a second round pick for Dillard, that's a steal. Okay, number 2, Herbig was slapped with the tender. He was slapped with he was slapped with a second round pick tender, which means that puts Herbig on a 1-year deal with the Eagles. But if a team wants to trade for Herbig, they have to give up a second round pick while he is on the second round tender. So that I don't get. I mean, a day 3 pick for Herbig makes no sense. They have a second round tender on him. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Lebo Guy says, what happened to Ojabo? Yeah, I got an Achilles, bro. How he will gamble maybe a third for him? I don't know. A third would be probably perfect. I would not in the first, second round. Not sure. Not sure. I'm excited for Brandon Graham to come back. I'm actually really excited for him to come back. Man, I miss Brandon Graham all year. Yeah, the Raiders are like, dude, the Raiders are like, how, I don't understand some of these teams that just like, as soon as they trade for Devontae Adams, they put in a bid for Stephon Gilmore. Like, I'm just like sitting here like, they have to be over the cap next year. There's no way they're paying all these guys and not being over the cap next year. There's no way they're under that cap. There's no way they're under that cap. I mean, to me, it makes no sense. That's a lot. I don't know, man. Gilmore traded? Is he traded? I haven't seen anything yet. I haven't seen him trade yet. Oh, boy. It looks like Georgia defensive tackle Jordan Davis tells Bleeding Green that he has an official pre-draft visit with the Eagles lined up. Hello. Like that. I like that. Jordan Davis on a pre-draft visit for the Eagles. There you go. Both Georgia defensive tackles have pre-draft visits with the Eagles. How about that? That's interesting. Counselor, the AFC is going to be super. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to watch these other games. Vinny G said news isn't confirmed that Dillard or Herbig what the second round tender has no bearing on a trade with the Eagles, only if a team were to sign. Well, yeah, that's what. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Right. Yeah, no, that's pretty much what I mean. Like if a team wants to acquire him, then that team has to give a second round pick to the Eagles, regardless. So I don't know if I said it differently, but I apologize if I did. So it's the head coach Ron Rivera says Carson Wentz wouldn't preclude Washington from drafting a quarterback, but he made it clear that Carson is QB1. I hope he's here for a long time. Take command. Hashtag take command. Bro, the second round tender doesn't factor in a trade only if someone. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, all right. So that's all right. So it's not for trade. So it's obviously. Yeah, I forgot. The tender is just for someone that just gets signed. So they slapped a tender on him. So technically, he is still somewhat of a free agent, but he's not actually signed with the Eagles. But if someone could, yeah, all right, I get it. I got confused with that. Jordan Davis, bro. Back to back. Look at that. Jordan Davis is going to be here. Jordan Davis is getting a pre-draft visit with the Eagles. Hell yeah. I like that. I like that, man. I really do. They're playing Cox at end this year, boys. He's too slow for defensive end, man. He's too slow for it. I don't think that's even possible. Paul said that Gilmore move to the Raiders has been in the works all week, so no surprise. I don't even see it yet. I don't see it yet on here. I don't even see the signing of Stephon Gilmore yet. Yeah, but Cordell Patterson's back with Atlanta as of right now. Jones says how he saw how much pressure Georgia D-line can generate and wants them all. Bro, I'm so glad that they're looking at Georgia right now. This Rook says, do the Eagles even have a safety at this point? And for what I can't wait to see Reddick play. Yeah, I can't wait to see Reddick play for the Eagles too, bro. I'm excited to see like him just being diverse, moving around the field, being an edge rusher, going back as a linebacker if they and used him. I mean, Reddick's gonna be good, man. Next 3 years, I hope are really big years for him. 23 and a half sacks in 2 seasons, bro. He's a monster off the edge. Waiting for the Honey Badger to the Eagles news. It should be interesting, bro. It should be really interesting as of right now. I'm pumped. I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this. Evan Ross says rookie quarterback produced Seahawks, Willis, Falcons, Pickett, Saints, Crowd Commanders, House, Steelers, Ritter. Bobby Wagner hasn't gotten picked up yet. No, has not. Donovan Williams is DK. Nicholas Poker says, is anyone talking about Brandon Cooks, Texans? I'm not interested in Brandon Cooks. If this was like 5 years ago, I'd get Brandon Cooks right now. No. Brandon Cooks right now, no. There's some guys that have been around the league for so long that I would have gotten 5-6 years ago, but now I wouldn't even touch them just of just their age and just as a futuristic piece. Definitely not. Paul says, Joey, each team is allowed to have 30 pre-draft visits from college prospects, so that will have 10 to 15 players they feel are first rounders worthy than 5 to 7 players and second rounders, and so on. Ray says, how do you feel about Andrew Booth Jr. from Clemson? I heard that he could be a good cornerback too, opposite Slay. Oh, I think he's great. I think he's fantastic. I would definitely draft him if they have a chance to draft him in the later rounds if they can. You and Philly 500 are going live time. I don't know. That I don't know. I will have a post out if we're not doing it. Philly 500 is kind of under the weather today. So I talked to him a little bit this morning. And yeah, we'll see. If not, we don't do it tonight. We'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. It's really up to him. I'm not going to force him to do anything. So his health comes first because it's not, especially with the world we're living in today. Everyone's getting sick and everything. I don't know if it's that, but it's probably not. But let's see. Lucian says Sean Bradley trying to recruit Honey Badger. Yeah, I saw that, bro. I saw that. Brandon Cooks, 28 years old, 7 seasons, 7,000 yards or more. He's very good, number 2, and a good number 1, good character guy. Oh, yeah, I know he's definitely a good character guy. I have no problem with his character, but, he's had some injury history, too. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be the move, though, for the Eagles. Lawrence Greer said, Brandon Cooks is bad luck. Every team he's about loses the Super Bowl, go back. Yeah, dude, it's bad. Like, yeah, it's bad. It goes to the Patriots. Then he was on the Rams, right? Was he on the Rams versus the Patriots when the Patriots won that year? Yeah, it's been pretty bad. Bad luck for him. Tanner the Great said, I think Brady will break out this year. Oh, Bradley will break out this year. I mean, he's been a good special teamer, and he's a good situational, he's a good situational guy, too. So, Cooks has also been in 4 different teams in 7 years. Philly Eagles fan, what veteran wide receiver are we getting? I'm hearing Zach Pascal. The Zach Pascal is a joke. That's not even true. It's not even real. I'm not seeing anything about what's his face. Let's see. Jordan Davis on a pre-draft visit. It's a good sign. It's a really good sign. Not kidding. I think it's a really good sign. I like it. I really do like it. Nicholas says that would be understated signing. Jenkins destroyed Cooks in the Super Bowl game. Yeah, I don't know how that game would have turned out if Cooks still played in that game. I mean, he knocked him out. I'm shocked. I mean, I know it was a shoulder. I mean, did it look like a shoulder hit? I don't think so. I think that was before they really tacked on that helmet to helmet stuff that they're so capable of doing now. Jay Chris said, while Howie's out there missing everyone, J. John Rager's still on the team. Let that sink in. Eagles gang said, what if Hurts doesn't do well this year and Kyle Murray is available next year? Would you pull the trigger and get Kyle? I don't know, because I got to see what Jalen Hurts does this year. I'm not sure. John McMullen reported we're looking for Zach Pascal. Where he says, could the defense become a championship caliber defense like the Rams or Bucks if we draft someone like Jordan Davis? Oh, 100%. If they go after defensive end, defensive tackle, get a cornerback or a safety, and both. Yeah, I'm hoping this defense makes a big jump next year. That's what I'm hoping. But if Jonathan Gann still can't use these players the right way, and he's still giving quarterbacks too much respect, and he's not blitzing, and these quarterbacks, like 6 to 8 quarterbacks, have over 80% completion percentage, then he needs to be fired. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth to it all. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Let's see here. Bloodshot says that DK's a straight line wide receiver. I would rather see us get a guy that could run routes. Hurts doesn't have an arm like Wilson. Just my thought. Well, that's definitely true. Rip to John Clayton, one of the best to do it. Definitely. RIP to him, bro. Sean says, ET, with all that much power on the line, you would have to go 4-3. That 3-4 hybrid would be a wasting time. Commenter says, so far, how he's been doing good this offseason. I just hope he can nail this draft, but we shall see. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Rocky says, Pascal's like another Rager. We have all these small receivers. We need a big body. Nah, you good. I was just letting you know. Oh, you're good. You're good. Okay. Awesome deal. Awesome deal. So, Rip, let's see. Michigan says, I like Hurts, but he has to step up or he's got to go. Jay Kretz says, I have a feeling if Willis is on the board, he's ours. No, I mean, what, in the first 2 rounds? No, I don't care. Like, I know Howie Roseman at the Senior Bowl practices, he was following Malik Willis all over the place. So I don't know if that's the case. Either Mr. Ethos says DK or Burks will do that. Lunchon says, I'm still mad at the fact that we could have had Ridley. Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks that something so stupid. Obviously, if he did something worse, like if it was really bad, then yeah, I'd be like, no, screw that. But, for gambling to be suspended for a year, and obviously that's going to be getting in the way of the Eagles and what they want to do. And they they pretty much backed out of the trade. Pretty much didn't back out of it. I mean, the Falcons didn't tell the Eagles from the beginning. They just said they're not doing the deal. And then once the Eagles found out, the Eagles were very understanding of why they didn't say anything. They didn't want to get out to the media. So I get it. It got to the media eventually, but poor little fool said, I'm a hardcore militant out this, and I'll be praying to God we get Jordan Davis. Dude, it'd be amazing. Rocky said, I'm all drafting Stroud next season. If Hurts doesn't work out, I don't want Bryce Young. James Madonna said, why do you think Howie isn't being aggressive? Look, guys, like, it's just like he's waiting for the right player that he wants to trade for or acquire. At the end of the day, guys, we made extensions. We locked players. If you guys don't remember, like last year, we locked in Sidney Jones. We locked in Avonte Maddox, Jordan Mailata, Josh Sweat. Dallas Goedert. We locked in a lot of players last year. That cap goes into this year. Okay. It didn't count for last year because these were new contracts. There's some guys coming off of, they want to re-sign. You guys got to remember, if we didn't sign any of those, if we didn't re-sign Goddard, Mulata, or any of these players, we'd have a lot more cap space right now. But because we did that, yeah, the Eagles didn't do nothing. They did a lot, but everyone just wants the flashy guy to be added to, free agency. And I understand that, but the Eagles made some moves last year that are going to count towards this year. So I don't know the numbers, but they did make moves. They did lock up players. You lock up players, then you build around those players. That's what you do. I think that's what the Eagles did last year. Because if we're going into free agency now, we'd have a lot of cap space, and then on top of everything else, Mulata would be a free agent, Avonte Max would be a free agent, Dallas Goedert would be a free agent. You know what I mean? So there'll be a lot of players leaving the Eagles, and then it's not going to help. You guys wouldn't be happy if all those guys left, and then we're down to some cap space, but you got to lock up some of your guys for the future. That's the way it is. I thought every player they locked up was perfect. I thought Goddard was perfect because, you trade Zach Ertz and, this was Goddard's, Goddard was meant to be the first, the number one guy. And Goddard was always the number two guy when he got drafted. So it is his time this year, which I thought he had a pretty good year this year. But, I think he's just going to get better every single year. Avonte Maddox, didn't think he was going to, 2020 played horrible as well as the rest of the team, but 2021 he played really well. Deserved that to get locked up. I really want Maddox here, and he got that, and he pretty much got that extension. Jordan Mulata was definitely one they could not, which I didn't know they were going to even re-sign him. That was probably one of the most surprising ones. But man, Jordan Mulata on the left side as our future Pro Bowl left tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles was a good signing. They had to lock up some of these guys, but those contracts did not count for last year. They're going to start counting for this year now. So the Eagles made a lot of moves within their own. Their own roster. But because we're not getting 4, 5, 6 players in free agency, everyone gets pissed off. You just added a really good piece in Hassan Reddick to your defense when it helps your pass rush. And on top of that, we'll put him at the linebacker Sam position, which he will play very well on his versatility. So to say that the Eagles didn't make any moves, they did. They just made a lot of moves within their own roster between late last year to this year. So I understand, everybody wants the flashy free agent, but the Eagles had to lock up players last year, which is what you're supposed to do because all those guys would have been free agents. Maddox, Mulata, Goddard, all would have been free agents. And then we need a tight end. We need a left tackle. We need a lot more holes. So technically, this is what it comes down to. It's what it comes down to. All right. We have 353 in the chat going strong. Appreciate everybody in the chat right now that's just sitting, just hanging out on a Saturday. It's a Saturday. I didn't think about people are going to even be here today because everyone should be busy. It's the weekend. But do appreciate everyone coming to the stream. We're going to go for a few more minutes, probably just to, hang out for a little bit. But we have 269 likes. Let's try to get this stream to 300 likes if we can. 269. Let's get it to 300 if we can. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles every single day. We have other videos that are coming out today. Probably another 2 videos maybe out today. So definitely check that out. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow. I don't know if I'm just going to take a break tomorrow. We've been streaming almost 6 days straight. Literally for 3-4 hours plus videos on top of it. So I don't know. I might stream tomorrow. I don't know, but I'll have a post. If I am not streaming tomorrow, I will put out a post. I probably most likely will. I don't see why I wouldn't. But I appreciate everybody that's come in today just to hang out and like I said, all of us just going through this whole thing together and just seeing what the Eagles do. So the Eagles did free up some cap space. Very happy about that. And hopefully some more moves coming. At least one more I'd be happy with. You know what I mean? At least for now. Because definitely when you go through the fourth wave, fifth wave of free agency, then you're going to start some depth signings. You're going to sign some guys that are more depth guys, more for competition, for training camp and stuff like that. So that's what you're pretty much looking for. But guys, you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Hit the like button. Let's try to get this to 300 likes. We're at 283 right now. Much love to everybody that's joined the stream. The past, if you just came in today, great. If you've been here the past 5-6 days, this past almost week, I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I really do. You know what I mean? I appreciate you hanging in there with me. Let's see here. I don't see much of anything else. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Appreciate it, bro. KP, appreciate it, bro. So really, at the end of the day, the Eagles have made a lot of moves within their own roster from last year to this year. Okay, that's what we have to figure out. DR Williams says, "Hi, I'm a Philly 500 subscriber. I love your horror movie Legends background. I appreciate it. We're gonna have more. I have so much stuff that's framed up right now. I just need to find room to put it on the walls and stuff. So I gotta find more room. Unfortunately, I have to find more room. Yes. Appreciate you coming by, though. Really do. Big support of Philly 500 myself. So, Ronnie says, why is it when our players become free agents, they don't get signed because they're average? Be honest, why Alex Singleton, a special teams player, played linebacker for us? What a joke. This GM is. What, you're mad because we didn't sign Alex Singleton? Alex Singleton's nothing more than a backup, man. I mean, he's not fantastic. He's not bad, but we could do better at the position. Comment star Howie will not be overpaying for mediocre players right now like Jabril Peppers. Howie is doing a good job by resigning the players that were good with us. Howie is perfect right now, honestly. Rodney Singleton got signed. Rodney Singleton? What are you talking about, Rodney Singleton? I don't get it. Did we sign somebody else? Or was that for another team? Or am I missing something right now? Let me see here. I don't see anybody coming back right now. Yeah, not much there. Not much on the front right now. Eagles waiting on next year. I was commenting. Oh, okay. I thought somebody got signed. Singleton got signed by who? Who signed Singleton? Alex Singleton got signed to another team. Is that what happened? Dio says he got signed by Denver. Really? Huh? I wish we were signed Singleton, but that's what it is. He was a solid. Yeah, I mean, look, he's nothing more than a backup, dude. Like, he's nothing more than a backup. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, he's nothing more than a backup for this team. You know what I mean? Like, he's had some good games, really bad games. He's had a lot of missed tackles. Like, he's been, he was a leading tackler for the Eagles defense past 2 seasons, but he deserves to go somewhere else. I mean, it's our time to upgrade, man. It's our time to upgrade. Oh yeah, I think Denver's perfect for him. He can compete very well over there. Definitely. I mean, I'm not seeing any news about it right now, but Singleton is a special teams player at best. We had no choice to put him in the lineup. Fournette ran dude all over and over. Yeah, I mean that was bad. I mean he was taking so many hits. Unfortunately, and Fournette. Early in the season he killed. I mean Fournette just destroyed us. He destroyed us. Oh, Schefter tweeted about it last night. I didn't see it. I didn't see if that was the case. It was yesterday. I didn't know that. What's going on, Jeremiah? Oh, yo, Ramal, what's going on? Joey, what's up? How's your day? It's good, man. It's a Saturday. We're just chilling. It's like 2:33 in the afternoon right now. We've been streaming for about 3.5 hours. So we're good, man. We're good. We are good. Obviously, if anything breaks between today and tomorrow, I will stream, but most likely we will have the free agency day 7 live reaction stream tomorrow. So technically, it's going to be a week of free agency streams coming tomorrow. He couldn't cover anything with a blanket. No, he's not a coverage linebacker. That's for damn sure. It was in the fine print. It was in the fine print. Oh man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Crazy stuff going on. No joke. No joke. Reese says, Joey, do we get linebacker in the draft? Devin Lloyd, Christian Harris, Nakobe Dean, or get one free agency? I would go in the draft, bro. I wouldn't touch. Look, I would not touch a linebacker right now. I wouldn't, unless they're not drafting a linebacker in the first round. They can go after Bobby Wagner, maybe, or something like that, if that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? I get it. So it could be an option, but we'll just have to see. Can we just draft the starting caliber linebacker Howie this year, please, dude? I'll be in tears. I'll be emotional. I'll be jumping out of my chair, throwing my chair against the wall, but in a good reason, though. Within good reason. Says D Hart says you're covering for 500. Yeah, no. I mean, we're supposed to do the shakedown tonight, but if we can't, then we'll do it tomorrow. If that's the case, you know what I mean. We'll do it tomorrow if that's the case. I'm kind of waiting on him to see what he wants to do. So it's really up to him at the end of the day. I'm not rushing him to do anything. But it says, great stream, Joey Shakes. Take a break. Hit us back up later. We here, though. No, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm going to do a couple videos for today and then relax the rest of the day. That's what I'm doing today. That's going to be pretty much what I'm going to do. But yep. Ward says, who would you prefer, Kareem Hunt or Mike? You're not getting me with that. It's not going to happen. Comment star Devin Lloyd is the guy I want from the draft. Yes, Jules Jones. I said Julio Jones. Sorry, we haven't drafted a linebacker in the first round since. Yeah, it's been 40 years. It's been a long time. No, I don't know. I have to wait on Philly 500. He's under the weather. He's not feeling good today. So if any news breaks tonight, I'm going to be streaming. I'll stream tonight. If there's a big news thing that happens, like DK Metcalf comes to the Eagles on a 5-year deal worth like $160 million. Yeah, you know what? Then great. But no, I'm just kidding. But if he's not really feeling that great, so I told him, like, don't rush it. We'll do the podcast tomorrow or something like that. I don't care. So we'll see what happens. He's just not feeling good today, so I'm not gonna force him to do anything. We'll just do it. I'm like, no, don't do it. If you're not feeling good, don't do it, man. Don't. You want to make these, you want to make sure that you're 100% for these things. So 9 more to 300 likes. Let's get the likes up, guys. Definitely. Appreciate it, everybody. Guys have been good sports, man. I appreciate everybody that's been really supporting, man. The streams have been great, a lot of fun, even if nothing's going on with the Eagles and everything like that. So LBJ is definitely another option. I'm seeing if he goes. I'm going to see what happens if he actually goes back to. If he goes back, I don't know. We'll see. I might go back to the Rams. We'll see. Tanner says if we get DK to Philly 500 for, oh yeah, he will. You know he's going to. If you know him well as I do, he will be streaming out. He doesn't care if he's got one tissue in one nose and he's coughing in the other. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. He'll be up for it. Appreciate it, James. I really do appreciate it, man. Rocky says I don't see how Seattle wouldn't take a first round pick for DK. That's what I'm saying. Unless Howie doesn't want to give that up, unless Howie's trying to fleece them to get like a third or a fourth or something. I don't know what the plan is. So I'm not really sure, man. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure, but yes, sirree. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes, man. I really am. I'm excited to see where all this goes to. We'll see, though. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, we've been streaming for about almost 4 hours. We're about 20 minutes away from 4 hours as of right now. So like I said, guys, it's been tough. I know everybody's been impatient. I understand. You know, I've gotten some altercations on Twitter with some Eagles fans. They're like, why aren't they doing this? And I understand, dude. The frustration is definitely real. But we got to take into account that all the contracts that Howie did sign within the roster last year that count for this year. So we got to take that into account. That's why Howie's moving some money with Slay's contract. Could be for the draft. Could be to get to sign 3 first-round players. It could be really anything at this point. I don't know. Could be anything at this point. So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll happen. We'll see what happens in the coming days. We'll have some time to figure it out, and that's it. So, Philly Shakedown tonight, if it's not canceled till Sunday, so we don't know yet. And obviously Sunday, we should be doing a live stream for day 7 of free agency live reaction. So I'm hoping for that tomorrow. I'm hoping we do that tomorrow if that's the case. So if you guys haven't, like I said, subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't, cover the Eagles every day. We've been doing the live streams. We're going to be, especially for the draft, me and Philly 500 are going to be streaming the whole entire draft together for 3 days, which should be a lot of fun. And it should be awesome. So, I mean, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the content before you leave. And hit the like button. We got over 300 likes. We're at 306. Much love to everybody that's been liking the stream. It's been asking me questions. And tell me if I'm wrong or right or whatever. At the end of the day, we want this team to get better and get to another championship. And, and that's it. So, love all you guys, and we will see you on the next one tomorrow. Stay safe. We'll let you know about the Philly Shakedown tonight. And that's it. Subscribe, like the stream. I'll see you guys later. Guys, enjoy your day.